My mother has to...
Oh. Sorry, I was watching a short. Anyways, get rid of that. What do we want to watch? We got some weird Pokemon game. We got Black Flag things. We got the Dawn Walker thing. So much background gameplay, man. Holy. Also, someone played the entire Black Flag and it's 15 hours long. Jesus. Wow. Yeah, let's go good with that, I think. Ooh, and then Doom Dark Age is what we're going to be playing tomorrow. Ooh, I cannot wait to play Doom, man. I gotta make sure I remind myself to install it. Oh, yeah, I stopped the install because it was sucking on my internet when I was in the middle of the day. Hey, that's going. This is going. Let's mute this weird game. There we go. Pull that up. Let's go to full screen mode. Excelente. Boom. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. Is my mic? It is. Okay. Did I mess up the green screen? No, we're good. Ladies and gentlemen, we upload on this channel. It's been a millennia. Anyways, I got a lot to talk about. There's so many games, dude. Oh my god. There is, well, first of all, man, there's Black Flag. I think Power's like really close. As well as there's already Doom Eternals came out Tuesday. A Doom Eternal DLC. And not Eternal. Dark Age, sorry, I keep saying Dark Age. And yeah, it is just, there's just so many
McFlurrican
games.
said, don't forget to tune in to Tenacon on Saturday for a free Mesa Prime.
Oh, I hope you can remind me. I'll hopefully figure it out, but I feel like that's right under the cut of me being like, busy. But Saturday we should be fine. Yeah, Saturday, yeah. Anyway, but yes. Also, what was that? I got fucking hair in my mouth. Anyways. Dude, you know, there's like so much to talk about, and you're kind of like, I'm in this state of like, I don't know what to do first or get to, you know, kind of where we're at. Also, it's hot. I'm sick and tired of summer, man. I'm sick and tired of feeling my inner thighs kind of sticky. All right, no, I'm not busting my pants. Relax. All right, no, it's just where my sweat pools. Yeah, my back is fucking sweaty right now. It's disgusting. All right, and it's not even cold in my room. I don't know what it is. I get sometimes when I'm streaming. I'm coming in here with high energy, and it's just a problem. Also, this is a certifiable red video game, dude. This is apparently Palworld. No, I said it's Pokemon. Think of like an MMO Pokemon game. Very much, you know, Palworld ran so we could walk kind of vibe. I thought it looked neat to have in the B-roll thing. Definitely feels like a yeah, like a red game. But hey, anywho. Also, what's going on, Bolty? Also, Bolty Fluff, what do you got? How is y'all's weeks? What you been playing?
McFlufferkin said it's Gatchaman.
Oh, is it more like interesting? Is it more Digimon than Pokemon? But is it a gacha game? So is it gacha? Wow.
Bolty _1337 said, how is the giveaway going, my man?
It's going great, man. So, yeah, I'm kind of like waiting to like not tread too much ground all the time. I'll have to re-talk about it, but I guess I should just, that's fine. I guess it doesn't matter. But dude, I haven't checked out the views. I don't think it's going to be crazy on that video. Yeah, but what I do care about is how many people even like have enough interest to do a mundane task, which is pretty big fucking barrier of entry. Like if you think about like how many people on a YouTube video do not like the video at all, you know, like that one small action, most people are like, nah, fuck it. I can't be bothered. But the fact that someone has to go to a link, go to a thing, checkout page, read it, maybe do this, give their information, then hit go. I am befuddled by the sheer volume of people that have in fact entered. It's not insane, it's like 1,000 or something. But it's like within the first day it was at least, I think, like 15, maybe 20. Which again, I can't stress enough how like that's really abnormal, I guess. Anyways, now it did take a long time to get that statue. So yeah. That's the other thing I like. I actually want to. It's tough. I got so much. I'm in a mixed bag right now where I have so much stuff to talk to you guys about that stuff, but also so much stuff that I kind of. I want feedback, but at the same time, I'm also kind of like, maybe I should map it out a little bit more before I start to like say this. Maybe I just want you guys to be like a lightning rod, essentially. Maybe the stream when I start talking about it. But yes, I hope the shipping to Germany won't be too bad. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do, is I'll probably look at like the address that people gave me. I'll like do a calculator through Gemini or Google, and I'll be like, what is this going to look like generally? Because it was pretty accurate when I did, when I shipped Loan his. And yeah, I like, so long as it doesn't breach, I'm feeling like 60K, or not 60K, sorry, $60. Just because I want to do this again and again and again. And also, I think, like, if I was in that, like, that's my thing as well, is, like, if I'm in this position, and I was, like, and someone came with, like, I don't know, to me, I basically would be like, it's $60 for, like, this unique thing, why not? But I got so much stuff to talk to you guys about, oh my god. I don't, and part of me wants to wait, because I actually would like to, like, get, just to recount it, because it's kind of a crazy week. And also it sucks because I was planning on like just going content heavy this week and like grinding out a bunch of this stuff, which I want to still do. But I have to, I think, take one step slightly back. Even though that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted like to, as soon as I got this stuff going, just fucking pedal to the metal, like start making videos, start printing things, start painting it, start like doing that cycle. But I think I need more like pipelines essentially. So something where I don't feel like I'm like kind of thing. The one with this, okay, yes, dude, I'm so happy, dude. You have no idea how fucking agonizing it was. I've had these things like fully made for such a long time. And I'm sitting there like an asshole, like every week, not able to tell you guys the thing that I spent my entire fucking week doing. So that was the thing I wanted to like talk to you guys about, because I think it's so difficult because, like, dude, it's so funny because when I started doing like the quote like gritty and like gross, blood splattery kind of one, I thought, okay, at first I didn't really love the way it was coming out. It looked kind of like messy, I guess is a good way to put it, but in a bad way. But after I started like using glazes to kind of like tint the skin to kind of like a more of a dirtier kind of like glaze, I guess, like when you look like you're actually filthy, because like blood splatter doesn't make sense when you have really glowing, beautiful skin. It just doesn't really work. But when you add that like slight shift, it makes everything make a lot more sense. And I feel like the longer it was sitting there, the more I kind of was like, I kind of favor that one a little bit, but I just couldn't. I feel like, and I haven't checked the comments yet. I probably should, just see the overall consensus and stuff like that. But I'm curious to see if people are like, which one they prefer. Yeah, because like a part of me wonders, like I tried to hedge my bets in a way and be like, okay, well, for people who like the bright cyan colors and like the kind of cleanliness of it, I think blue kind of caters itself to be more of like a crisper. Like if you just take blue and you make like put a bunch of blood on it and stuff like that, it tends to just look muddy, whereas like red, purples and stuff like that already kind of have cohesiveness, I guess, with it. Anyways, point is, yeah, what do you call it? So thus far, I would say it was a surprising success, and I have so many things to tell you that were like an absolute blunder outside of that. Also, I'm probably gonna do it in 2 weeks. I think I might in the future tighten that up a lot, maybe just like 1 week. Just because I kind of want to move stuff. Like I don't like to have it near me, because like a lot of times when I have it near me, then I want to keep it, and I don't want that. What's good, Cat? How are you, buddy? What's good, Cat? How was your week, gang? What you guys get up to this week? I was pretty good. On Monday, I was able to play a little bit of Warframe, grind for what's his name. Man, the thing that's annoying about his build stuff is that like it's like 15 different types of resources that you need, and some of them are found in caves and in other events. And it's kind of annoying. Like, do I like in order to build out that Warframe? Do I like go and I find like a specific flower and I say like, where's that? It doesn't seem like that's the way you do. You kind of just run the event a ton of times. Luckily, you can just do it. Like, you can load in and then like grab as much as you can and then leave. But it's just like, who's the guy who like maps out, I need this blue flower. Where the fuck is the blue flower? Okay, I need to memorize the blue flower, memorize where it's located on the map, then just hard hit those points. I do that for every single, there's 15 of these things. It sucks. So I've been just kind of like doing a lot of it. And I did that for 2 days. I got a good bit there. I'm like almost there to be able to build everything. But yeah. What was I gonna say about as relates to? But outside of like the 2 days I played a little bit of Warframe, I didn't play anything because I was editing the video, making sure the website was like okay, and then hitting off to the races basically. Also, dude, I have so much stuff I want to talk to you guys about. I also want to talk to you guys about like the legal nightmare hell that I finally looked into, which I'm happy I alluded to that in the video of me being like, this is why I'm kind of playing it safe. Brother, I have so much to talk to you guys about when it comes to that. And hopefully you'll put up with it. This is going to be like one of the, I feel like it's rare when I upload a video. So hopefully you guys are like buckled up for me just to word vomit at you for like probably an hour. Also, I'm so excited also for tomorrow and the day after that. I can't describe how, like, to me, I think Doom Eternal is exactly what I'm, like, kind of needing right now as far as, like, I don't know, some, like, Warframe, it's fun, but I'm kind of getting a little bit, not burnt out, but, like, it feels like just, you know, business as usual, basically. I just don't want to do business as usual. It's just business as usual. But the new Doom DLC, I'm like, oh, dude, that's like I remember I love Doom. Doom is like one of the few games which I want to just go back and play, like the Doom, specifically Dark Age, where like I just want to play just to experience the like loop again of like Shield Bash and all that stuff. And you know what? It might be the last Doom we ever play because Xbox shit its whole pants.
Flufferkin said, outside of the roleplay community thing I've been doing outside of streams, I've been playing Chrono Gear, Warden of Time, Rogue Trader, Crimson Desert, and Warframe still. Some Total Warhammer too.
Hell yeah, what kind of roleplay thing outside of the thing? I'm curious what that is. But yeah, hell yeah, man. Yeah, no, I see you keep uploading and you keep streaming, which is fantastic. I always like seeing those pop on my feed. I'm like, cool. It's inspiring. Sorry. Also, Cat says, week was good. Did a lot of work. RimWorld continues to slap as the story evolves. My Doomslayer is being created, and from you're gonna be making Doomslayers, and I'm gonna be playing the god himself. What a poignant thing. Let's see. Also, Cat says, eaten at Costco Rosetta chicken like a friend. What? Also, you love the statue? Let's go, dude. Okay. Guys, I don't know where to start. I don't know where to start to tell you like the whole fucking thing. And then also like I'm in a state of like, what if Lone gets here? What if Non gets here? And then I somehow have to describe all the context again. So I'm like, I just want to try to wait a little bit because I'm kind of like, how do I describe just getting like awesome? Hot damn. Just getting battered by like all these other variables that came out. But I'm happy the video is out, and I think it turned out pretty cool. I do think I need to crank on it a little bit more. Pause. Yeah, because I feel like I need to like. There's stuff like how long stuff was.
It's an anime-styled medieval fantasy world, a game within a game. Technically, hard to explain, and something I could not stream due to it being one of the banned games/programs from Twitch.
Oh, weird. Okay. Strange. I didn't know you had like banned things. I knew Twitch had banned things. I just wonder. I thought it was always like, you know, when I heard the ban list, it was like, you know, school shooter sim. You're like, Jesus Christ, what's wrong with people? Yeah. Ken says, Mr. Fluff, I am excited to see you play Warhammer at Total War and Mar. Ooh, hell yeah. Yeah, what do you call it? Yeah, again, I think that's something that like I didn't necessarily think of off the top of my dome, but fits so well as like a content idea of like Warhammer. Well, actually, I think maybe not. Maybe me and Fluff actually talked about something about this, but like that, which is like you can infinitely propagate Warhammer Wednesdays, whatever it is, Warhammer Wednesdays, infinitely, you know, and constantly be happy with doing that. So like that's just a really cool block of being like, hey, this is what we're gonna do for this, and I can infinitely remix that. You're always gonna find like a bunch of fans from that. Or like a bunch of people who I think are interested in one of the games, interested in one of the variables, because it's such an empowered community, you know? Yeah! Oh my god. Alright, I think I might start swinging at you guys. Try to duck. All bad. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please, for love of God, let me recount some shit, okay? So, I finished making that video, and I thought, oh, dude, I like, awesome. I was kind of worried about, like, certain variables. I was like, man, is the site gonna work? And I was even debating, like reaching out to Fluff or Cat, and being like, can you guys just go to the site first and just see? But I was like, I mean, worst case scenario, I just have to troubleshoot some stuff, and then people who tried.
McFlufferkin said Hadada Games, essentially.
Oh.
Which this game is one of those before metaverse things.
Oh.
Second Life, specifically.
Oh.
It's one of the earliest things due to adult-rated community creations.
Oh, okay, yeah, I think I've heard something
Lone
about
Syndicate said, sup, Grin, I'll be lurking.
All right, Lone. I think you're being there, buddy.
The Cat God 11
Enjoy your
said
streams
I've been
also.
checking out an anime. A trashy cat girl is heavily addicted to cigs and does anything for a fix. Awful first episode in terms of, wow, they animated that, but it's drawing me in.
I did see some shorts on it. I seen some person she like took 50 and put it in her mouth and fucking sunk them all and fucking spat them out. Also, she just fucking destroys all of them. Yeah. Everyone in the comments is like, man, she's really burning through her 9 lives, essentially. But yes, we all live in the same rabbit hole of the internet. Anyways, but all right. What was I gonna say? Uploaded the video. I published the website, all that stuff. I kind of put stuff as like template holders. That's what I kind of wanted. I wanted to like build the back end of the infrastructure of the website and just kind of have it there. So that when I need to, I can just turn stuff on. That way I don't have to be like, all right, I want to do this thing. All right, now I have to figure out how to like put this in the right positions and all that stuff. Etc. Okay. But how? Yeah. Okay. So I did that. I released the video, and then I thought, man, that thing in the video is really important. Like I mentioned, like I just don't really understand the kind of like copyright slash like what is like fair use, because like, dude, I'm not sure how you guys like have seen the internet in such ways, but like when I go to like Etsy or like anything, even like Alibaba, which is a little more obvious that it's there, or like anything, even if you just look at like the fucking space of like figurines, like people who paint art, Warhammer statues, all these things, it is like a weird thing where like, dude, this guy is making a fucking Spider-Man like thing, like model. Yeah, and like this person is saying, hey, I'm totally game to sell said Spider-Man thing, and like I'll give you a free resin print of it, and then if you want, you have to pay like $600 more, but I'll paint it for you, all these things. And they get fucking clients because they're fucking making content and saying this is a commission. Anyway, point is, there's like just this huge like, what's going on here? Like I this doesn't make sense to me, basically, the legality of it all. So I looked into it, and I just want to get you guys off the rip. What are your feelings on it? Thoughts? So if you were to look at like the Warhammer community, if you were to look at the anime community, the figurine community, painters as a whole, what would you feel like the vast majority of the ecosystem is playing off of? If selling stuff wise, like what is that? What is that thing there? Are they like reaching out to like certain people, getting permission? Are they just letting it rip? Do they know some sort of legal variant that makes it so that like, oh, blah, 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 blah. If we do it this way, then we're kind of safe. Thoughts? Because, dude. Anyways. Also, what does it say? Status time. Tig old bitties and stuff you don't want to pay for GW. What? That was some crazy ass phrasing. Also, dude, that fucking Pokemon looks cool as hell.
McFlufferkin said, but the RPG itself is a community-run thing called Crosswinds.
Oh.
It's been a blast and the most active form of an MMO I've ever experienced, since everyone is there to roleplay and do stuff together.
That's fun. Does no one like break the role play? Is it like pretty intense, or is it like no, people just have fun? Tig old bag. Yeah. Anyways, yes. So basically, I looked into all that stuff. So like, I looked into a lot of the stuff. One of them was like Warhammer and things like that, and like all those variables. Guys, the vast. Go ahead.
The Cat God 11 said I was saying the main people ordering Warhammer models want TIG OL biddies slapped on something, or they want a proxy of a real model that isn't $500.
Yeah. So what do you call it? That's kind of, I was trying to ask without asking, because I feel like if I asked, you guys would just immediately know what I was getting at, because I'm bad at like bearing the lead. But basically, I want to ask, like, what do you guys think are like, how do you guys think these people are like operating under like a legal means? And based on like, I sat down for the last 2 days, I basically like ironed stuff out. And I want to tell you guys that story because I feel like it will be like, oh wow, this was an emotional journey, basically. But I basically sat down and I said, okay, let's lock in and let's genuinely ask and learn about like legal law as it pertains to like using another person's intellectual property, essentially. And the big TLDR is every motherfucker is doing something deeply illegal and just hoping to not get fucked up. And essentially everyone's operating under the sense of like it costs more for these companies that have an IP to pay for a lawyer to send you a legal form that says, hey, stop doing that. And because most countries have like basically like a rule that says like you can't just attack them, you have to basically say, you can go to them and say stop doing that and refund the money. And guess what most people will just do? This is like one of the biggest flaws within our system in general, which is like the cost of doing business, basically. Like, oh yeah, sorry, we'll never touch that property again, or there's put it on ice for a few months, and then they'll just go and do it again.
McFlufferkin said, most will do their best to stay in character, their scripts/commands to help with that. It has an approval process for characters. The first I made was a Slimekin.
Of course.
Made them a spell
Of
sword.
course. And it made it a spell sword. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I could see. I wonder if that has like a community around it associated with like, you know how like GTA has like its weird like role play stuff. I bet that exists for it too. I'm curious what that would like look like, because GTA has like a fun way of making it like silly, but also like you kind of sink in and believe stuff. I wonder if it would be too weird, basically. Someone pretending to be like a 10-year-old child, and you're like, oh, this is weird. This is strange. Anyways, but yeah, what do you call it? Even like stuff that I thought like was kind of true, which is like Warhammer. I thought Warhammer was in like a state of like, I see statues all the time of it. Gang, it is, unless I missed something, and maybe I this is one thing where like I feel like I read this somewhere, and I just want to say, it is not like a fair, like allowed, basically. So like, what do you call it? Warhammer IP is 100% locked behind like protected use law. Now, granted, this is so again. You guys might be like, wait, let me explain, because it makes sense why some of it exists. But I think it's because so much exists that they can't monitor all of it, basically. But that's not the other reason. So, anyways, I should probably tell you the whole story. So I started looking up all this stuff, and I can't stress enough how like I told you guys. Go ahead.
McFlufferkin said, oh no, that is bannable on Second Life in general. It's purely made for verified adults.
Oh, okay, that's good then. Yeah, okay, that's pretty sweet then. I still wonder if there's like a thing that would like activate someone's like, this is too much for me kind of thing. But alas, so I'm kind of losing my train of thought. Let me take a sip of coffee. Hopefully I remember. Oh yeah, I think I was just recounting. Okay. What do you call it? So anyways, I ended up like diving into all this like legal mumbo jumbo about IP law and what you can cover and all that stuff. And like the vast majority of stuff I've seen was like, again, there's like a huge variable of like almost everything is like no bueno. I remember Video Game Donkey video on Second Life 2. Okay, yeah. Maybe we should check it out. I wonder I don't even know what to visually see in it. When you guys mentioned Second Life, but sounds familiar. Like I have heard about it, you know. But yeah, so anyways, I ended up looking into all that stuff, and the one thing that I came to was this. Well, no, that's what I want to say. So, like I told you guys, kind of like to me, what would be like a really cool and like really fair, kind of like self-balancing ecosystem or business, if you will, or money model, whatever you want to call it. Which the idea was essentially you just find really cool models, paint them at a high level, and then you basically give one of the models, because you make two of them, to your community of people. Maybe it's people who are like subscribed to you on Twitch or on Patreon for like $2, $5, wherever it is. And then they just get randomly thrown into like a lottery-like system or a giveaway-like system, and then they get one every month that validates them staying subscribed, as well as all the benefits that come with it. And the other part of the business was basically saying like, okay, well, you kind of need like, it sounds weird, but you like, if people are willing to pay more money for something, you kind of want to also see if you can get money from them. So I was trying to come up with a business model that essentially made so that people who don't have an abundance of income can still basically get access to this thing. And it also is a self-leveling or a self-amplifying business model, because if a person, like say you auction something off, because that's the other side of it, auctioning off the other statue would maybe be slightly bigger, and if that sells for a really high amount, then the people who get the duplicate copy for basically free, or not for free, for like whatever the smallest amount I can think of is, then they basically have like a really high quote-unquote valued piece or complimentary piece, whatever you want to call it. So to me, I was like, oh, that's a really cool like system. It just I enjoy business things a lot, especially when like if you can create a business deal where both people win. To me, that's awesome. So that was essentially my model. Now, the reason why I bring that up is because I want to explain to you guys the journey I went on. So anyways, I started looking.
said, hi there, Grin. How you doing, my friend?
I'm trying to recount my week of like all the variables that took place, but hopefully I had a great week, man. I was trying to hold off until everyone was here, but I feel like I wanted just to kind of start getting out, because I feel like we're going to talk about this for quite a while. Anyways, also, okay. Yeah, I think I see like the metaverse-y things before the metaverse, and that's kind of what I see every now and again. It's funny because I think people have made like their version of that game, if that makes any sense. I gotta finish. I wish I was a streamer who could like jump around and boom, and then come back to my point. So I started looking into the legal law of like basically IP holding and like all these variables with that. So what I ended up finding was something that was like kind of disheartening. So the first thing was like, holy shit, everyone is operating under like a really fucking thin margin of like a failure. So like again, you cannot make a statue of Supergirl and sell it. The only reason why it kind of works is because people are hiding. So like how the internet works and how these companies basically protect their IP is they have a bunch of bots that scour the internet that says if your thing says Superman or a Supergirl, they'll basically like send you a cease and desist. You'll have to give away all the money and pay it back. If you continue to do this, then they'll actually like pursue legal action. But the way they get around this is that if you're a part of a Patreon doesn't force you to list any of the things that you're actually selling. And a lot of times you can just say, what do you call it? Powerful girl, or like incredible force, or whatever it is, and that's Supergirl basically. So you just don't title it the same way, but essentially you're still breaking the law, and you're just hiding behind like hopefully not getting found out. Which to me, as a person who kind of wants to create a business, something like that's a bad idea. I don't want to like be super against, like that puts me at a severe risk. I don't want that. I don't want to just like wake up one day and be like, oh, your whole business completely shattered because you were doing something against the law and you fucking paid the price, idiot. So I'm like, fuck, okay. Anyways, so basically this had me going down the rabbit hole of being like, okay, so this is for sure illegal. All these people are breaking the law big time. But it's funny because like I have so many things to say about this, like the whole IP legality variable. One of them is that like I feel like it's like OG YouTube stuff, YouTube video game playthroughs. Like people were like literally like it'd be like showing a whole movie while you're watching it on screen. Like that was the argument of why like playthroughs and let's plays and gameplay videos were so bad, is because you're basically like taking away the you're streaming it for free, all that stuff. But ultimately, game developers noticed that it kept increasing their game sales because people got to validate and see like the fun moments and see like a moment and all these things. So they ended up they never said like, yeah, you can use our stuff, but they just never smacked you on the hand. So anyways, I feel like that's a chunk of this, is just like people in this state of like just trying to not, like sometimes it's beneficial. Also, there's another element of like it's just not worth them like hiring a lawyer that's going to cost like charge like $5,000 just to write this legal action, only for then you just to take it down. So they just lose $5,000 and you make like what the $200 you're going to make on a statue or something like that. So it just ends up not really making the most sense for them basically. But if they don't enforce their IP usage, then they actually like can lose the rights to it. Anyways, there's so much stuff there. But basically, yada yada yada. How did I kind of come out of the other side? So it's interesting, man. So there's something that you can do. It's weird, but it's called substantial similarity. So this is how like IPs and all that stuff is really weird. So if we take, let's say Android 18, it's probably a great example. A person cannot, like, you cannot own the likeness of a blonde girl who has an intense expression or anything like that. But basically the way the courts have like labeled it in a lot of ways is basically something called substantial similarity, which is basically if you take a random Joe Schmo nobody guy off the street who doesn't know like internet culture, just like a blank slate, and I were to show him two pictures, one of Android 18 and another picture of Android 18, can he tell that they're the same? I.e., is there enough of a substantial similarity where this is like clearly the same character basically? Then if they can, then you get bopped. You basically get fucked up in court. You have to go to court. It's a whole nightmare. But that also begs the question of like, how can somebody own, like, what really is owning someone's like the intellectual properties of a design? So when you look at, like, for instance, Android 18, one of the best way was I was asking Gemini and all that stuff to explain it to me is to basically retract as much as you possibly can from whatever you think you're trying to think about. So like if you take Android 18, which is a great example, again, people can't copyright or IP control something as generic as like a blonde girl or a blonde girl with an intense expression. But if you think about like Android 18, you were to throw a silhouette over her, what are the things that stand out? And to me, it's her iconic like short hair, and it's her like outfit itself. So her outfit being like this weird jeaned pants and all that stuff. I think jean jacket as well, or whatever she's rocking. Those are the two variables that function that way. So basically, how you would change Android 18 to be able to make it like something that is essentially IP safe is you would basically take Android 18, you could then change the thing that makes her iconically Android 18, like maybe you give her like curly hair, maybe you put her like in a weird goth hair, whatever you want, and you also need to change the clothes, because that's a super signal for Android 18, so you could put her in like, I don't know, like fucking goth or whatever you want, I don't know, whatever thing, you battle suit, anything. Medieval armor, and again, all that you had to do is pass the test where, like, if two people showed this design 1, which is for sure Android 18, and design 2, that one is different enough, basically, to not be considered the same character. There's a bunch of easy ways to do this. Like, you could basically, you could easily just say, like, this is Android 18 if she was, 40 years old, or like a MILF, or whatever you fucking want, blah, blah, blah. Awesome. Or you could say, hey, this is like the dude equivalent of like Android 18. You could do all these things that would basically keep you safe from that. And you'd actually be able to sell this character and all that stuff. So dude, but yeah, I cannot stress enough how I was like, I went into like this me learning about like IP law. She's already a MILF. Well, you don't know about that. All that we have to do is make it so that she is old enough to where you cannot tell, or change again. You can just change her hairstyle. But I think it's tough because I don't know if it counts as like if they take Android 18 and they already make a version of her that is an adult. I think that counts against you. So you can't. Again, you have to make it different enough to where. If basically, what is a show that has covered way too much ground? Like their main character has like looks different, and they've put 1,000 different costumes on them, and you're just cooked. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. That's not what you want. So yeah, man, I went down the rabbit hole with this, and I'll be honest, man, it was like super discouraging at first, because I was like, dude, am I just cooked? Like I basically, and I still feel like that's a big downer, which is basically, beforehand to me I was like, okay, like it made sense in my head of like, okay, I could basically possibly like do a paint job of these these beautiful statues, maybe even work with some of these Patreon people, and maybe get a deal with like some of their fantastic models, and then I just print them, and then I just paint them, and then I could give them away and sell them wherever it could be, right? But now it like does the thing that I had to do with the Let It Die model, with Lone's model, with all these other models, where I have to basically build a model kind of from scratch. Of course, I use AI, so it's not possible. Otherwise, it would not be possible at all. But yeah. So to me, it's like, okay, instead of just downloading a model, painting it, ripping it, etc., it's like, okay, now you need to come up with a design. You need to like take an existing character, change stuff to where it's kind of different, new, but it still like pays respect to the source material. Awesome. All that stuff. Then you have to print it. You have to keyhole it. You have to like do all these things, and it just made the thing of like, fuck me, this is a different beast. This is a significantly different animal. And yeah, so that part, it was still a bit of a gut punch, which I was like, oh man, this just made it significantly harder. And I don't know if I should say significantly harder. It just made it so that like this would have been significantly more manageable than now what it is. Anyway. But there's kind of a silver lining in some way, somewhat of a silver lining. There are beautiful, brilliant, lovely companies out there. Actually, no, I should say this in a different way. Okay, let me run back. Okay, so I was pretty like down on my luck because like this sucks ass. What the heck, man? So then I basically, again, it's so funny because like when you're talking to, like you're trying to get information out of Google, internet, whatever, you're trying to like sift through all the bullshit, like all this like weird smokescreen information of like what is actually true, what is actually functioning. That was something I kept struggling with because I was like, how are these Patreons existing? And eventually I finally got like the AI I was asking to like break it down and be like, oh yeah, they're basically hiding in plain sight in a weird way. But that's kind of it, but it's not quite the entire story. So basically I went and I did a shit ton of deep research, ran a bunch of these like AI things to help scrape and see stuff. So basically I wanted to put things into two buckets. Bucket one is the things I wanted to refer to twice a little bit ago. But it's basically, there are these companies that are pure fucking magic that basically say, yeah, you want to use our characters? Sure. You cannot mass produce a fuck ton of like plushies of our characters and sell them. We don't fuck with that. But if you want to make a few statues, sure. If you want to make a fucking fan art, go ahead. You want to sell that for something? Sure. There are a few of these companies. So that's bucket 1. And then bucket 2 is basically companies that are operating under the video game viability thing, which is basically companies that are like, they're not going to fucking eviscerate you, but they're not going to say it's okay either. So you're kind of in this weird gray area. Don't love that. For these companies, I will probably employ the, what's it called? Substantial similarity clause.
The Cat God 11 said, I watch a 3D printing channel that focuses purely on how much Warhammer can I pirate. So I've seen a lot of the techniques of the hiding in plain sight. It's cool to see the underground groups.
Yes, so the other thing that's
said. Also, I'm surprised we're not playing Pal World this week.
Oh, is it out? Is it fully out? I still think I would prioritize Doom Eternal. Is Pal World fully out? Also, let's just throw up some different gameplay. What do you call it? Yeah, if Pal World's like the full release happened, I'm surprised I didn't see any like videos pop up of that. But even if it did come out this week, I still think I would prioritize Doom because Doom is a little more like of a spicy, hot in the moment thing.
To clarify, I've been off and on with Second Life for a bit over 19 years, and it's been around for quite a few years before that. In just the past month, I've made new friends that I hope last.
That's awesome. But yeah, again, I see the same thing with like VR chat and stuff like that, where like you'd be surprised that like if you just luck out, and I don't mean luck out in a bad way, but like finding good, genuine people that also have like loyalty in the sense that they like stick around and like want to see you multiple times and like they won't forget about you. Which I feel like is the problem with like online relationships is sometimes people are like, my life got busy and I just forgot about that. And then I thought about it 10 years later and I thought, oh shit, you know. That's why I say it's luck when you find like a good human being, a loyal human being, so to speak. Anyways. But yeah, I think that's probably what we'll do. Probably next week. I think Power will be a good idea. Because Doom Eternal, I feel like, is exactly what I need right now. And also it's
said they've been doing a marketing push for 1.0 for almost all of June, but chances are your algorithm simply filtered it out.
Oh, really shitty. I've seen some of them. I just haven't seen like... I always see like a roundup of all the stuff that's kind of coming, so I don't like forget some of that stuff. If you happen to see that in your feed and you send it my way, I'd appreciate you. But yeah, that's a super exciting thing. Man, there's too many games to play also. Like, Black Flag's out, it looks fucking beautiful. Like, I've heard nothing but good things, so I'm just kind of like, Jesus Christ. Also, I think the fucking Vampire game's coming out soon. Like, that's also a game that looks great. Why do all these RPGs that are like fucking gluttonous pigs that demand all of your time? Yeah. Like, Jesus. Would be cool to see some Power. Yes, we'll definitely 100% do it next week, like without question. But I gotta put my fucking ripping tear effects, guys. Anyways, oh, so what a beautiful assassin's like outfit. What was I saying? Something about the IP thing. Oh, so there's two camps. And I want to ask you guys this: what you will never expect? What companies have an open model?
Said I also. Jew created the Poor World channel when it was about 5 days before launch, so on the 5th.
Oh, you did? Oh, nice. Oh, perfect. Awesome. So we have a Discord channel. Nice. Let's go. But I was gonna say, what out of all the like the factions that exist within like all of the video game franchises, like yeah, and honestly, it's a lot of video games. Unfortunately, manga and like manhwa are just like fucking hell. Very little IPOK access stuff is there. Anyways, so yeah, we have bucket 1, which is like companies that actually allow like full reign to use their IP. Usually there's like some slight critique, or like for instance, Grand Blue Fantasy is one of them, where they allow you to sell like art or like whatever of their product, of their IP. But they have one exception. Some of them have a few exceptions where like we do not want to like you to sell 18+ content of our characters. Stuff like that, but a lot of them actually they don't define that, which is funny because they're like fucking just go crazy. Anyways, but then there's bucket 2, and bucket 2 is less kind of interesting because it's kind of like everybody else. It's kind of like, again, you have seen a bunch of stuff from like League of Legends, but there's not been like a League of Legends, like a person who's like reached out and like banned a person for making a League of Legends. Not that they haven't, it's just not something that they like vehemently enforce. Like they're basically that like 3 buckets, I guess. There's like, we've actually modeled it into our like our business, or like you can use it. There is, we haven't said you can't use it, and we're leaving the door open to purge you if you do. And then there's a third box, which is you absolutely cannot do the thing. This is Nintendo. Anything Nintendo is an absolute will fucking rip out your goddamn mother's face, okay, in front of you, if you even touch one of our properties. Anyways, but I was gonna say, dude, what surprised me, what shocked me to like no end, was one of the companies that allow you to create, sell, and any of that stuff is actually motherfucking Hoyoverse. So Zenless is on the table, baby. ZZZ, also Withering Waves, Kuro Games is on the table. Honkai Star Rail. They're all on the table, so I'm like, so my plan of like, I have stuff to paint. I'm not completely fucking eviscerated, basically. I just need to pick those. And again, it's not that I will only pick those. I will then still do the other stuff, but it just takes such a long time to do the other stuff, basically. And I think Lowen's fucking juice, because Lowen, like, basically, Nakitas are up for sale. Nakitas are something I can paint and not have to be like, oh shit.
McFlufferkin said ironic when they're so adamant about not allowing modding.
Wild.
But they'll let people make fan works.
Yes. So, but what's interesting is they have, like, to me, I think their business model makes the most sense possible, which is basically they say, like, you can use our IP to, like, make shit and sell stuff if you want to do fan art, if you want to do a handmade painting, whatever you want. They allow it, but they only allow it within 200 units sold, which to me is, like, one of the best, like, patches to this, because what you don't want is you don't want China like just dumping a bunch of shitty quality products of your IP, and then you go to a store, you get it, and it says like pick Pokemon or whatever the fuck it is, and then you see it, and then you use it, and it falls apart. You're like, well, this just reflects badly on us. Like, this is a bad product. It's not fun. All that stuff. So we can't endorse this. But if it's within a certain like unit range, then most those companies will not do it. And instead, it actually incentivizes you. If you only got 200 fucking shots on net, you better make those fucking count. So that's pretty cool. And I also think if you sell like 200 of something, you probably should just fucking pay the license at that point. For sure. Like if you made that much something, just assign a percentage to just go to the licensing.
Said. Also, Jubilee and Marvel Rivals. Just hope Beast is coming soon.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Hopefully, I'll probably go back and forth. I'll probably come back to this, but dude, was anybody expecting the absolute like? I haven't seen a content drop like this in a hot minute than Marvel Rivals content drop. Again, it's one of the things where, like, there's too much stuff to do. Like, I was even debating, should we do a Marvel Rivals week? But, like, now we're fucked. We absolutely can't. Because we got Doom Eternal and we got Power World one day. But, dude, also, dude, I'm so fucking sad. I was so fucking juiced for Jubilee, and that's crazy. Yes, also. I was so excited for Jubilee, also makes sense. But yeah, what do you call it? There's no fucking gameplay of her, because everyone who mains characters are so much more interested in fucking, like, showing off their, like, new juice characters. For those guys who didn't see, sorry, I probably should explain. For those guys who didn't see, Marvel Rivals released, like, the fucking insanest update ever, where, like, each character now has 2 permanent augmented powers, that end, in addition to those 2 powers that you can choose from, they now have like a bonus if you are a partner with somebody. So, but you get the power by default. So yeah. So all these characters, everyone's like saying everyone's broken, and it's so cool because the meta has been like very the same for such a long time. And it's always been like a back and forth, because I'm like, Marvel Rivals is my guilty pleasures game where I just watch people who like main one character play the fuck out of it as my like, I gotta eat food and watch something, so I'll watch that. And yeah, man, it is shaken up. Like, for such a long time, the like last 5 months, Marvel Rivals has been like, it's poke season. Oh, they nerfed poke, so now it's dive. Okay, they nerfed dive and they buff support, so now it's just alt spam. And it's just been like fluctuating between these things for such a long time, to where it finally seems like now we're like just shaking up everything to where it's not going to just be like this weird bullshit.
McFlufferkin said, I gotta hop back into Rivals and try Cyclops, White Fox, and such.
Oh, dude, to me, the characters I want to play really badly is fucking Thor, dude. I follow this guy called Jeremy on Marvel Rivals, and he makes Thor look so fun. And it's also just like, Thor is such a weird character to also play, because he's similar to characters that like require you to have a fuck ton of game knowledge of like how much heat you can take and then like leave, and all that stuff. But the 2 characters I want to like play the most, there's been a lot of characters, and I'm kind of like subjected to like, when I seen Cyclops come out, I thought, oh, it's kind of cool, I wouldn't mind playing him. When I seen what's it called, the girl with the shotgun and like the fucking dino, when I seen them come out, I thought, oh, it looks kind of cool. But I really think Jubilee, or whatever her name is, and Rogue, those are the two characters that to this day I still am like, dude, I would love to be able to play them.
Also, they took away America's Bulge.
Oh, then
sob.
No way. That's crazy. I was about to say, it was like, I was about to say, maybe we get a little bit too comfortable. I feel like they were starting to receive the ire of the teen for teen rating on their thing, because, dude, what do you call it? Captain America had an absolute bull rat level, like, crazy thing. The Bulge was heavy. And also Bulge had physics of titty, in the sense that you would do nothing and it would just start going, all right. All right, yeah, baby. All right. Which is wild. But yeah, at the same time, also, I feel like there was a lot of Tigo Biddies happening in my Rivals, so it's you know, for the other side of the coin, for the LGB whatever the heck, yes, they deserve some of that too, all right? Anyways, I was gonna say, also the skins have been so good, like dude, yeah, my Rivals is finally starting to play like just Ravenous, where they're like, yeah, let's just go crazy. Let's just absolutely throw everything at it. But yeah, man, so many of the team ups in Marvel Rivals look so fun. Like the one again, Jubilee looks interesting. I feel like there's some people who definitely got shafted, or they don't see got shafted. It just seemed like it's not as crazy as some of the other team ups. But yeah, what do you call it? Rogue also looks good. But Rogue is also like one of the few characters I see that I feel like is just really kind of complicated to play. Like, I've only ever seen one person play her like kind of well, and everyone knows him. He's Cringe Alarm at this point. But yeah, outside of that, like, I think that's maybe, it's like kind of like a Zebra situation where, like, in Overwatch there was a guy called Zebra who made Doomfist look like a fucking animal, and like very, very few people could actually. I thought, did this freeze? It is. My internet shit in the bed. But yeah, now I can't focus now that it's stopped. But yeah, I'm not sure. Is anyone else jumping back into Marvel Rivals? Because I feel, you can't. Never mind. It's not out yet. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. It looks like a ton of fun. I'm excited for like the content I'm about to be able to enjoy when I go to bed right before I go to bed. And it's gonna be a fun time to sit back, relax, and absorb. You know. Also, this game looks so pretty. Again, I still stand by kind of what I said, which is like, I don't know if this game needed to be this much prettier. Like, it looked kind of okay already. I would have loved if they remade like Ezio's trilogy with this. I think they're smarter than that. They know that if they remake Brotherhood, everyone's gonna say like, how far we've fallen. Whereas this is still close enough to where people are like, man. But you can't bring back Ezio without everyone being like, dude, look what we had. Okay. Honestly, this is what people are saying. People are like, dude, I miss this. I want more of this and less of like the weird fucking RPG Assassin's Creed nonsense. Kat says, I haven't played Marvel Rivals in a while. I mostly play with you. Yeah, what do you call it? Well, maybe in the future we'll do that a little bit. I feel like I'm a little worried to do that because I haven't played in so long, and yeah. I probably wants to like play offline for a bit, get competent again, and then maybe play. But I do think that'd be a cool thing to do next time I play, which is again, I like Jubilee. I think that'd be a cool thing to see if I can actually play a support character within a good thing, like properly. Sorry. It's funny because like I follow one of the people I follow who plays a lot of that game, which some people are hit or miss on him. I think I kind of embraced his like shitposting nature, but Necros is someone who I watch quite a bit in Marvel Rivals, and I'm not sure if it's so funny because he causes like a lot of shit with the support people in Marvel Rivals, a good bit, but it's funny because he recently started playing like Deadpool, and it's always funny because he proved this beforehand, which is like, he's actually a really good support player in the sense that he like, it's just, I'm not sure what it is, but like watching him play like support Deadpool, it just looks like so much more fun of a time to play with someone who's like constantly shooting you, healing you up, actually like just nuking a guy and getting a kill, falling back and like healing your support and like perfectly sequencing in that way. And it's just funny, the idea of like, maybe you were meant to play support all along, actually. And yeah, it's also, I think that's been something that's been in the game for a while, where like supports have an abnormal amount of I feel like they control like it's like I've seen a lot of games in Marvel Rivals where it just looks miserable. Like, even if you win, it looks miserable. But the few games I see where people are having fun, it's usually when there's a support that's kind of I don't know what they even phrase it, because like good supports may not even actually be fun to play with, but people who like make sure that everyone has like momentum and a push, people that are like they're able to get a kill every now and again, they're not like just blindly healing in a lot of ways too, all that kind of weird complexity stuff. But yes, Marvel Rivals aside, I'm very excited to play it hopefully eventually. But I also think we have way too much things to play. Is anyone else getting Doom, by the way? I feel like a lot of people like love Doom. Oh, that's what I want to talk about. Speaking of Doom, dude, man, I do not know. It's rough. It's really rough. Basically, Xbox just like let go a shit ton of companies, and apparently they're letting other companies kind of dissolve into their own studio, which is kind of
McFlufferkin said, I never picked up Doom the Dark Ages.
Oh, you never, dude, it's such a fucking good play, like a good game. Like, oh my god, it's so much fun. Like to me it is yeah, dude, I would argue it's the best gameplay I've played in like the last, oh dude, I don't even want to say, maybe like I feel like the last game I played and I thought, dude, this gameplay is so sharp was God of War Ragnarok, where I'm like, you guys made this so like clean and like so just crisp. Doom Eternal to me is like that times 10. Like it's not even in the same like top 10, but it's such like if every FPS played like that, I'd be the happiest person on the planet. It was the only time where I ever experienced difficulty, and I felt like it was perfect. You know, like a lot of times when you're playing Dark Souls or some shit like that, you're like, man, this guy just fucking nuked me in one shot, and like, what the fuck is that? Whereas when you're playing Bloodborne, you're like, okay, no, there's like kind of a more of a dichotomy between aggression and like not just basically holding up a shield or running away. So like it feels a little bit better. Doom Eternal, like to me, was everything I wanted from difficulty, which is essentially like you can die really quickly, sure, but your enemy can also like crumble in seconds, especially if you're good at parrying. Like things like that where like it incentivizes you so hard to do the other things. Like getting headshots was also really rewarded too. Like understanding like weapon loadouts. Like again, instead of just like here's more health or here's an enemy that like has an insane combo move that will like leave you almost dead for like 6 minutes or something. Nothing like that. It was all just like, also I think it played right into what I love about difficulty, which is like reaction speed. Like I love the idea of like being able to react in a split second or parrying something like, and it's just so fucking satisfying, dude. Oh my god, I love that game so much. Also, you can just like fucking rip across the map. Like there's a guy, like you immediately just like nuke a person in front of you, you parry them, you eviscerate them with a shotgun, you turn your head left, you fucking map jump across the entire map, smash your shield into someone, eviscerate them into putty, and then immediately start going on a tear again, and it's just like, I have never felt like the feeling of like all of the like I just want to fucking hurt something like that thing. Just kind of be like, yes, like and it makes me sad that we might not have that anymore because Xbox is dissolved. I think like almost half of id.
McFlufferkin said, oh, for the upcoming Taco Tuesday, I've been playing Chrono Gear, but I can swap it around with something I play Thursday, since those have been shorter streams, as I like to just play a world per...
Okay, yeah, have something in the background for a thing. That sounds fun, yeah. Oh, yeah, but also, yeah, man, it makes me a little worried, because, like, a part of me is like, just please don't hurt Fable. I think Fable's pretty safe, because Fable is Forza, and Forza, I think, has been making money, weirdly enough, for, like, such a long time. I also think Forza's in that weird space where, like, it's actually a lifeline to other industries, like, you know, Ferrari and all these other places that seem to have, like, various interests in keeping that business line alive. So I don't think that they have a high death chance. Also, we finally got the actual confirmation. Actually, not confirmation. It's a leaked confirmation. But basically, Obsidian, which this is a kind of a downer as well. Obsidian apparently was working on Avowed 2, which I was excited. Again, I would love to see what an Avowed 2 would have looked like, because I thought Avowed 1 was good, but like could have been great if they had a little more stuff in it. But I thought it was good regardless. But apparently they had to scrap Avowed 2, which they were working on, and now they're working on a Fallout game, which is cool.
McFlufferkin said it sounds it's a major restructuring. Shame that so many got let go in the process.
Yeah.
But it's hopeful that things will be improving and less money wasted.
Yeah, again, the money wasted thing is it makes sense, but like I think what everybody is saying is like, but these companies like again, Obsidian was like making games. Like I understand the idea of like you basically saying like, hey, you were like, it's taken you such a long time to release like even 2 games since we bought you. Like what the fuck's wrong with you? Whereas Obsidian and a lot of these other companies also got like fucking cooked. We're releasing games, and like I don't. Maybe they say like they fell below expectations, but I don't think they made like no money. I feel like maybe they broke even, or they maybe made a small amount of money. But I don't think they should be in the same boat as these people who like have not made a fucking game in millennia. Like I think Double Fine, they made like one game in the entire span that they were bought up for like 16 years or something. So like I don't know. To me, like again, it sucks that like everyone just got wiped and nuked. And all these games, like again, I think Obsidian, as much as I feel like they didn't really make something that was super different, again, it bothers me that like they're getting ruffled around. Same thing with why the fuck is id being touched at all? It is like one of these system seller games for Xbox. Like it's insane to me. Like id I don't think was like hemorrhaging like making bad shit at all. Again, maybe it takes a long time to make like fully release something. That's fair. But yeah, it's insane that like you can release Doom Eternal, which I think was like largely praised, had great reviews. I think it also sold really well.
Lone Syndicate said, "I can't wait to play AC Black Flag."
Yeah, I was gonna say, what do you call it, man? Are you gonna stream it alone, or is it not quite fitting your demo? I was gonna say, man, did you originally play Black Flag? I remember someone saying that like they played. I thought it was non, but well, most of us played. I just wonder if like are you a fan who's played beforehand and can't wait to play it, or is this gonna be your first foray into Black Flag? Regardless, I'm excited too, man. I hope one of these days I can play. Also, she looks beautiful. What do you call it? Yeah, it's funny because pirate things. What is it? Did it pop up? What else was I gonna say? Yeah, it talked about Xbox being sad that it's like closed a bunch of shit, and also I think it sucks that like a lot of the stuff that I was kind of like interested in, like Avowed, like a lot of stuff from Obsidian. Granted, with that being said, though, like yes. All in favor of like a New Vegas Fallout game, hell yeah. Again, it makes no sense to me, like yeah, all this stuff. But hopefully, I mean, like Fluff saying, maybe like the best ending is the fact that they don't. Why is rain falling on him indoors? Anyways, yeah, maybe the best outcome is that now we get better games. I don't know. Xbox was not one of the games like the companies that I thought was like shitting the bed in that sense, you know. And again, it sucks that like. Maybe they were, but like not the people that were also getting tagged. Like Obsidian was releasing games. They released like fucking 6 games or 5 games since they've gotten purchased, and everyone else released like 1. Fucking what? You know? And Obsidian, Obsidian's not getting fired, but they're being like basically told like all that other stuff, stop it, just work on Fallout. Which again, it makes sense. Again, it sucks because like I do understand the business side of it. It's just a shame because like there were the few people who were actually trying to make different IPs work and stuff like that. Like Grounded is weird.
Said. Not saying we will, just that I hope we will.
Yeah. Hopefully this is a good thing. Xbox is really fucked up, right? Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, again, and it's tough because, like, I mean, yeah. In a perfect world, the merger, like, again, how much money they paid for like Blizzard and Activision and all that stuff was, I think, a fallout of all this because they already bought a lot of these companies. And then they bought that. I think that was like 20x all the other companies combined. And I just don't think, I don't know, maybe you're going to see a profit back because they like apparently the last couple of Call of Duties didn't really work out really well. Anyways, it's funny though because all these layoffs, I seen like a title that pop up in my feed this week that said like, oh, this actually might delay the the new Elder Scrolls a little bit because they fired so many people. And yeah. I will say, if there's anyone that kind of deserves some shit on this, I think it's Bethesda. Like, Bethesda has not released a game besides Starfield in so long, and, like, their management upkeep must be insane. Yeah. So we're like, again, maybe I shouldn't say that. I think honestly, the Oblivion remake was probably enough to be like, yeah, we just paid, like, for the last 4 years that we were, you know, yeah. That we were
McFlufferkin said, I would like to play Black Flag Resynced, but I still need to start Pirate Yakuza, and I feel like I should do that first out of obligation.
Yeah, to finish off your cycle. I was thinking Yakuza is a big fucking game, but granted this game is also big, so maybe it's, yeah, probably best. Elder Scrolls being teased in 2018 is insane. Yeah, I can't even think about that. Yeah, imagine if it comes. Imagine next year, 2027, and it's just, yeah. Getting old sucks. Anyways, I feel like I was gonna say something about the whole YouTube thing to round that off. basically, just a really quick summarization was I had the intention to do this specific kind of business plan, and I thought, oh my god, holy shit, let's look into legality. And then I said, oh my god, oh my shit. And I found out that, like, everyone actually is everyone's doing stuff that's illegal. How can I, like, not do stuff that's illegal? And that's why I found the 2 buckets of people who actually have, like, IP that you could use, and then IP that you can
Lone
maybe
Syndicate
use.
said, did you guys hear that Sony has made it so you can now rent a PS5?
No, I haven't. I have heard a little while ago that Sony is, I think we talked about this, but yeah, basically they're making it so that you have to, you don't own your game, basically, or something like that, or you have to, like, stay online. Apparently it's because people were, like, jailbreaking their PlayStation and stuff like that, and I'm like, yeah, right, dude. I mean, like, yeah, if someone's gonna jailbreak their fucking $600 to $800 console, maybe, sure. That's, like, such a bad fucking proposition. Jesus. Anyways, that's why we did it, guys. It was to kind of keep our IP safe or something, and not, we just wanted to fucking infinitely make more money and make it so that you guys basically own nothing, and that we can just kill any game we don't want, and all that. Anyways, PC's everything. Also, the fact that they're never making PC games, like, what a shock, hey? Like, at least if they're uploading on PC, there'd be a chance. But they're not. They're, like, basically like, oh yeah, no, we're just completely trying to make it so that you don't own the thing that you have at all. And then maybe they do some bullshit in the future where they're like, let's all the games you have in your catalog, if you want to keep playing them, you have to actually pay us $50 a month, actually. That's our Game Pass, fuckface. How about that? Huh? And you're like, I hate you. Bucket 1, games that are okay to print and make stuff from. Bucket 2, games that are no bueno to print stuff for. Oh no, they're okay. They're okay. But this is the one thing that I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about, because for me, it's a bit like so I'm in like a state of like a bit of messiness. And it's the kind of thing I wanted to get your guys' take on. I want to get take on all this stuff. It's just the idea that, like, well, first of all, if I just squeeze in one little thing, I normally am very what's the word? I try to be open to like every thing. Again, I try to understand the reality of the world rather than like just get mad at that you know, evil is evil, instead of being like, well, why is someone doing this? Well, like, maybe they were rewarded for it in the past and that's why they act the way they do. I don't know. So I try to be that. I try to like defang the world in a lot of ways. And I don't throw around like tyranny in a weird way, or maybe not tyranny is the right word, but like something that feels super like unjust. But after looking into the whole like IP thing, that feels pretty unjust. And let me explain like why. I understand like some of it. Like, I don't think that it shouldn't exist. But I think that like the blindness of it completely existing is insane. So like, imagine this. Imagine I'm a person who is like really likes maybe I seen like a comic of Mickey Mouse, okay? And then I go to my local college and I go and talk to a person who's good at art, okay? And I say, hey sir, could you please draw me a picture of Mickey Mouse because I really like the character? And then a person says, I can't, because some random legal person decided to write one contract and now I can physically not move my hands in such a way to create that for you. Like, someone is literally stopping me from doing this physically, because if I do, I'll be open to mass litigation from just doing that. That is super fucked up. Like, I get the idea of like, yes, if a fucking gigantic warehouse of whatever is just fucking dumping a bunch of your intellectual properties, putting it through a bunch of bullshit, maybe, but just that seems like patently wrong. You know. Anyways, that's my like rah the government or whatever. That's about as much as I'll get. But one of the first times I ever felt like this just seems wrong. You know, like patently I'm wrong. Anyway, so the thing I wanted to get your guys' take on a little bit was this. So basically, I took like a few days or a week, I think, to actually build out like the website that I was gonna put everything on and all that stuff. And I wanted to talk to you guys about like the like. It's hard to describe, but like the model in some ways, because that was essentially how like what kind of slightly blew up in my face was like, I thought it'd be easy in the sense that I just do these two things. I print 2 models, I paint them, and then I see if anybody wants them, basically. But now with all the legal mumbo jumbo, I found myself. Oh god. Oh, I forgot. Oh, dude, this is huge. Okay, I didn't tell you guys the other thing that blew up in my face. What a good week. Anyways. I want to see if anyone has a legal red flag that's going to come up when I tell them this. So, one of the things I really liked I talked to you guys about how the auction thing kind of fell apart because technically I am selling that, and then if I'm selling that, then that puts me at risk of basically IP infringement, right? Because I'm going to use this IP, and then I'm going to sell the statue, and then they're going to say, hey, that's my IP, here's some bullshit. Not bullshit, here's like a stop. Cease and desist. So then I thought, okay, I need to reorganize that. Turns out there's companies that allow you to do that. Turns out there's companies that maybe just don't punish you for doing that. I got it. That makes sense. I can navigate that. I can make substantial similarity. I can decrease the substantial similarity of this character. All that stuff. This is also something Kat was mentioning really quick, was that basically how Warhammer people get around it was you cannot, just like you can't, like, you know, I'm talking about Android 18, you cannot, like, IP lock a blonde girl, but you can distill the things that make Android 18, you can lock that down. But the reason why Warhammer works so well is because they can't fucking control what essentially is baked into fantasy. So you cannot IP lock an orc or armor or something like that, which is largely synonymous with overall Warhammer. So that's how essentially they get around that. Is essentially you can create a big guy in an armored suit, but it just can't look identical to Space Marine armor. But it can look pretty fucking close. Because again, they can't control you can't control armor, but you can control that specific type of armor, that specific type of color palette as well. Anyways, all that stuff. So that's that. That was like the other half of the model that I thought was kind of cool was that like it was something that like I could give to people who are members of the channel, who subscribe to us for occasion, all these things. And that was like if I ever made a Patreon, it'd be awesome to have this as a tier. I just basically randomly do a poll and I'd see if anybody actually wins a statue. Like, so I just put in a number generator, pick the number, go to our whatever tab, our members, whatever, find a person, pick it, good, send it to them. That's it. Awesome. You could randomly win like a statue that maybe has a high evaluation or low evaluation depending on the auction. Awesome. But did anybody's spidey sense tingle when I mentioned that? Hypothetically, you do have to pay, even if it's $1, to enter into the membership on YouTube or Patreon thing. And I'm giving it away. Does anybody's spidey sense start tingling? Mine slightly did, but I thought it was different enough. When I was telling Gemini this...
Balti_1337 said money.
Money? So not quite the thing. What do you call it? Yeah, the money. So if anyone's spidey sense started tingling and thought, this kind of sounds like a lottery, you'd be, unfortunately, the legally definition of a lottery is pretty fucking vague. A lottery is determined by 3 things. You have to opt in, you have to pay money to opt in for a ticket. You have an absolutely random draw chance, so it's not determinative of a skill. And then the third thing is, I can't think of the third thing. Shit. Whatever the third thing is. I don't know. Now, so basically, I'm doing this, and I'm talking to Gemini about it. It's basically like, are you in this location? Because Gemini knows where I'm at. And it'll basically like, under the Canadian code, this is considered a illegal lottery, basically. And you can be fined for it, all these things. So I was like, okay, thankfully, the thing we're doing right now does not count. The reason why is because it's free. So again, one of the things that determines a lottery is you have to pay to play. So you have to pay for a ticket. So I was like, fuck, dude. And you know what's even worse? Patreon doesn't allow shit like that. So like, if you wanted to say like, hey, if you join the Patreon, a random person, like a person at random, might be able to get access to this, to my one-on-one time for like painting or something, whatever people would sell. Does not work. That Patreon does not allow that. So for me in my head, I was like, dude, I just wanted to do something nice for people and make it fair. I wasn't trying to run a lottery. I was just trying to like say, hey, if you for a person who sees like a model and they like it from an artist they like, and they're like, dude, I would love to own something you create. They wouldn't have to be like, oh, but now you cost so much because people want so much stuff from you. So instead you could just be like, no, I've followed you for years. Boom. So like, God fucking damn it. Anyway, so then again, this was another explosion. So the auction thing exploded in my face, and the other thing exploded in my face because of I guess a different means, because it technically is considered a lottery. So I had to go back to the drawing board, and thankfully we had to change. And I think it ended up kind of working out. So again, one of the things that determines a lottery is also the random nature of it all. So what you can really do is you can basically have it not be random. So you can say like, there's a skit, like if I said, hey, there's a fan art community or the fan art challenge. people can like sign up for that, and that will not matter, or like that will not count as a lottery. So essentially, the way that I have to end up, so I have 2 ways of doing it. I wanted to ask you guys what you guys think. So way one is basically, it's kind of the same thing, but basically it's saying anybody who is a part of either the membership program or the Patreon program, membership program being like on people who like subscribe on Twitch, who subscribe on YouTube, wherever they feel like they want to support, I think they should be accounted into this. Anyways, so anyone who supports in any capacity in that way, will basically be thrown into a monthly draw for whatever the like statue that we make of it as a duplicate of the auction statue. Anyways, but there's 2 methods. Method one is basically on Patreon, you get early things, basically. So like at the end of every month on Patreon, at this specific time, I will send the Patreon people a link. So you basically it's not that you get randomness, you get access to a quote-unquote severely discounted statue. So basically, the only reason I don't love this is because it feels a little less fair. Because basically, if somebody really wants a statue and wants to pay like $2 for it, basically, then they may like stay up all night and like try to get it. So maybe that is fair, maybe that's not fair, I don't know. So that's option one. Then I forgot what the other option was. Basically, this is the way that you do it so that it's not a lottery, basically. So it has to be a skill-based thing. And you basically getting early access is also something that doesn't compromise Patreon's guidelines, because again, it doesn't allow randomness.
Bolty_1337 said, "Hell nah, first comes takes first sucks."
Yeah. Okay. So that was the option first. So option. I got option 2. I forgot. Option 2. Option 2 is it's entirely based on a loyalty system. So that means, and I think this makes it's tough. It's tough. I don't know which one would actually be like more beneficial for like a business, basically. But basically, the other is a loyalty system. So basically, the longer somebody stays subscribed to the Patreon, basically they'll get like a better or like a longer. They'll be higher in the queue, essentially. And if you're higher in the queue, you get first dibs on whatever that is. The issue with that is I still feel like, again, if I list it for like $1, then the person will, whoever, like, again, there has to be a way to like check off their list, or like it's either check off list or charge some money for it, like $80 or something, to be like where someone can be like, I don't like it that much. Otherwise, it's just going to be like whoever stays. It's going to be like the few at the very top just devour, you know. So that feels like it's an incentive. It's good, but I feel like I got to think of something that like curates it somehow, like maybe that's it. Maybe it's like first comes first service. No, not first comes. Sorry. It's whoever. It's like it goes through like a loyalty system of whoever's been subscribed the longest. But if you ever like, if you either attain it or you pass on it, you are moved to the bottom of the queue. So that way there's an incentive to like, maybe I won't get another like chance to do this again. I don't know. Because theoretically, you could just go to the auction if you really wanted. I don't know. This is what I mean. Like, again, it sucks because like I would have loved to just been like random, but I can't. I cannot. Yeah. So yeah. Theoretically, no. Yeah. There's like, so for instance, again, the legal implication for using somebody's IP is largely like a cease and desist. Basically, unless they want to make a huge example of you, and even then, I think there's legal limits of saying like this is your first infraction, all that stuff. Anyways, so there's stuff where like you can make a decision to like make a choice. Like, that's why a lot of Patrons do it. Is they're like, hey, no one has given us trouble yet, and if they do, I just say I'm sorry and I'll stop doing it. And I'll usually be abstained from that legal process.
Bolty_1337 said, I know some Pokemon TCG tubers that do occasional box breaks, and they do it so that only members can participate in giveaways.
But it can't be titled a giveaway, I don't think. So like a giveaway would be considered a legal lottery. An illegal lottery, sorry. I keep saying illegal. An illegal lottery. So like if I go to my Patreons and I say, hey, and I say this because it's Canada, by the way. So I'm in Canada's jurisdiction. So maybe in the US there's a different level of auction stuff, which they may be able to get away with. I cannot. In Canada, it's very clear on like this is what we determine this to be, and you cannot do this. And it's kind of a weird thing because you just have to do stuff that isn't it. So like again, it's technically not a legal lottery because there is like a thing that you need to do. So it's not, what do you call it? Basically, there's like a thing with what makes a legal lottery is like you can't have it be random. So like somebody has to do a skill that determines that they win. Hence why like a fan art thing, it works. That's the same reason why when I go to do a Patreon thing and I say, hey, you'll get access to basically being able to get this thing. It's whoever can get there the soonest, the fastest. So it is a skill game. So that works. The same way as like the leaderboard thing of like whoever's been who's been a part of the Patreon the longest basically gets like dib rights on whenever I release something. But I like both of these have issues with fairness, which I try to figure out and do without injecting complete randomness. I lean more on the one that is like a loyalty metric because I think it just makes sense as far as, you know, incentivizing people to not just like dump their fucking their subscription basically, or like their membership thing. But at the same time, I don't have a way of like making it so that the rich don't just get richer. So like there has to be a way that you're on cooldown, or like cooldown. Maybe it's fair. You just get pushed to the bottom of the queue basically. Maybe that's fair because you basically just have to say no. Again, the issue is that like if I make it $1, almost everyone will just buy it, and there's no hope for the guy who like gets this second runner-up. There almost needs to be like a statue has to be priced at just enough to be where someone's like, I don't like it that much, and then they pass, and there's a chance for the guy below him to get it. Otherwise, it's literally just going to be like, this is $1, fuck yeah, buy it. Okay, next person, $1, they get it. All right, next person. And then if that's the case, then why don't I just fucking give it to people who are like logged in? It doesn't work. Yeah. Just move those who won to the bottom. Yeah, but then it just becomes basically like I'll just give whoever's the newest or like the longest lasting Patreon people and I'll put them at the bottom. So then it just becomes that same thing. I need a way for it. Like there needs to be some way for someone to like, in my head, in order for it to be fair, I need it to be where someone says like, I don't like that statue that much. I'll pass. And they move to the bottom, and the next person has a chance to get it. I don't like the model that much. I'll be a pass. Boom. And then the third person maybe wins that month. But it can't just be like the first person wins and they decide to spend like $1 for it, basically, to get access to it. Like that. Yeah, but the whole point of this is it has to be not worth anything. It can't be. Yeah, the whole point of this tier and thing was so that people who do not have an abundance of wealth can still experience, like, get a piece of sentimental art that you made, basically. And if the auction thing works out, then they basically get access to an actual asset that actually might be evaluated as a higher price. So it's an ecosystem that works. Anyway, so this is stuff I've been thinking about all week. Fun. It's fun when you have an initial idea and you're like, this is great. It's also fair. It works great. And then there's like, no, that's generic enough to be considered boppity boopity. And you're like, I think we're there. Like, we're so close to, I think I'm so close to being able to find something that's like, it basically works. Yeah. And I don't hate the idea of like, why is it so bad that someone who supports you for longer gets access thing? I just don't think it incentivizes people to like join now, you know? It's like, I won't get it because I'm a 1,000th in the queue, you know? And that doesn't work. Again, the thing that determines it is randomness and then acquisition of skill. So the Patreon thing is acquired by a skill, or because it basically is, yeah, there's like a thing there. But I'm curious if there's any other way I can determine it based on something. Yeah. But I also don't want people to have to do a lot of shit to be able to act. It's so annoying. Like, I don't want people to have to do fan art just to be able to get access to this. The whole point is that it's supposed to be like a set and forget, and maybe we'll get reached out to, and maybe we get something cool. Especially when we have no one who subscribes. So like, if there's 3 people there, then they have a high fucking chance of getting in the thing immediately. Yeah. Maybe, perhaps I should do more research on and think about different like options. Yeah. I think that's largely what I want to talk to you guys about this week. Yeah, by the way, the Let It Die statue will be given away in 2 weeks. Maybe next week? I released it on Tuesday or Wednesday? I think Wednesday. Yeah, I might wait a little bit longer. Also, just curious, just wanted to poll the chat. If for anyone who has seen the Let It Die video, first of all, thank you so much, appreciate you. Which one would you have preferred if you do win? Like, which one were you like, nah, if I get a choice, I would choose blank? I'm curious. If anyone has seen the video. Who's here? Yeah. I think I see Volty there. And Cat. That was just when I was putting in, I think I had to fix up the descriptions. Interesting, Cat. Okay. Cat says, I would want the normal skin one. Okay. Because I believe, what is it called? Oh,
Bolty_1337 said blood spatter all
blood
day.
Spatter all day. Also, I was gonna say, Cat's so sweet. Cat was in my video. What do you call it? He's seen my gloves were fucked up, basically, and I learned a lot about Cat. Cat is, Cat. One of the things I think that his company does that he works for, is like these beautiful gloves.
I haven't watched the video.
You haven't watched the video? Okay. I mean, oh shit! I wish I could have brought. I have them put a little bit away so that I don't accidentally like push them over or something. Because they're right on my painting stand. Oh, also, can I show you guys something? This is a video I wanted to make about like metallics, because I'm trying to always gauge whether like a metallic is good or not, because a lot of people don't do good reviews. But anyways, it's hard to see. Oh, it's really hard to see. Dang it. I wish you guys could perfectly see like the shine and level of quality on it, but basically it's you guys have seen this character before, but this is the first time where I've tried these different types of metallics on it. I think it looks pretty good. It's also cool you guys can see his foot here. It's taken out, like it's not seeable basically, because it's one of the things that's cool you can do with like a shiny metallic is you can basically like use
the Cat God 11 said, "Damn, that's a nice paint job."
This one, thanks, man. Yeah, what do you call it? This is just the what do you call it? The idea for the video. I wish I could show. Actually, I might be able to. Let me show you. Maybe. Actually, I can pull it up here. But yeah, this is the video I wanted to make. Because again, that's the other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. Jesus Christ, everything's time. Let's pull up that. I think I put it in here. Products. No, it would be footage. There we go. Alrighty. Can I mute this? Mute it. Okay. So this is the Ting. 1 second. That's fine. All right. This. Looks a little bit cooked. A little bit blurry. Anyways, what do you call it? Yeah. So this is like a top-down view of it, basically. But so one of these is like basically, okay, a lot of stuff. Basically, I wanted to show off these two types of paint. So one, I have this really expensive, like not expensive, it's somewhat expensive gallery paint. Then it's a metallic, and I wanted to use this like bulk buy that I got, which is an insane value of other metallic pigment, just to kind of show like, is the pricey stuff noticeable? Especially when you like, if you know anything about painting, you know that you like a lot of it's like applying shadows and all that stuff. So like these weird details, like mica powder being in the thing, doesn't really show in such a huge way. Anyways, but I also just wanted to show another technique that I thought would be cool, because again, I watch like a lot of reviews of people like showing off paints or any of these things, and to me it always is a little bit of a, I don't know, I want to see what like my use case is. Like they're painting spoons, and I'm like, dude, I just want to see like what is it actually gonna look like on a fucking model, essentially. So that's what I wanted to kind of quickly show off. So I think this is the one where I basically. So this is something neat. I wanted to show that basically you can take like a metallic, and if you just hue shift it with like an ink, you can get this like weird gunmetal like look, because that's all, like everything is pigment at the end of the day. So this is like a metallic look, but I wanted to show that you could create a gunmetal look with like a really bright silver. So yeah, I wanted to show off this little chunk here, which you guys can see. It's so hard also to show off like metallics because they're naturally shiny as hell, but like that looks really metallic right there. I think I'll do it on a mask eventually, and that will, I think, be a lot easier to see. But with this, it's kind of all just looks kind of metal. And I think on the back I showed off too, which is this. And then also it's so shiny, so like it's super hard to see the differential between those two. Anyways, but if we also should do this is me when I finally took away some of that shine, and I hit it with a matte varnish. I think that like ends up making it look a little bit less shiny, so you can actually see the differential between the split. Like, so the left side is that one paint, the right side is the other. You can see it better here. So you can see there's like subtle bits of blue there to create kind of like a gunmetal type of look. Anyways, it's a video coming down the pipeline. I still got to basically fast forward a bunch of stuff with it. But yes. Anyways, stuff and things. Also, we have, I think, another thing I have just banked here in the background. Yeah, this is also, I think, coming out this month, which also looks great. Or maybe not this month, but this is like another cool RPG where you're gonna play a vampire. Apparently, there's choices that matter. Also looks fantastic. Also, we probably should move on to our hangout part and look at you guys' cool stuff. Also, man, motherfucker has glowing eyes like that, and you're not just attacking on sight is crazy. Take this away. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say though. I was gonna say, yeah, man, that was really heartwarming. By the way, so I released that video, and again, I cannot describe how like I always brace myself for like worst case scenario, like for sure worst case scenario. I didn't get finished what I was saying. Worst case scenario, which is like no one watching it essentially. Looks like it's made by the devs who made The Witcher. But I released that video, and I was again, to me, I don't like what's so nice. And I can't describe how like it's just like the greatest gift I could ever like talk about is how much like I adore it. But like instead of constantly trying to follow like seek views and like or like watch time or anything like that. That's not actually the metric that matters at all. Like when you're like making content, at least not for me. The thing that matters the most is like, does somebody do this like, the smallest action possible to move in your direction? In this context, it's like, are they willing to like opt into something? Dude, it's like one of the coolest feelings when I first started making YouTube videos. It wasn't like getting a lot of views or anything like that. It was when I made a video and I set it on my phone to where every time someone commented, it would ping me. And sometimes it's tough because you get like pinged and someone's like, kill yourself by the message. But other times it's just like awesome. It's really helpful. And it's also just like encouragement that someone's willing to take the time to write to you. And that's just like a little bump. But all day, right after I uploaded it, I was getting little bips of like my Shopify store being like, there's an order coming through. Oh, by the way, so I didn't get to mention one thing. So I mentioned how like there's three boxes. There's the how do I give away something to people who are members of our YouTube channel, Patreon, stuff like that. And then there's the auction variable, like, okay, how do I actually like give away this or like sell this, so to speak? These things I hopefully can like design, make, and show off. But then there's the third bucket, and that is where like, okay, I still want to like make some of these cool as hell Patreons that design like a beautiful Jack and Daxter or like Ratchet and Clank or whatever it could be, or like Marvel, whatever it could be. So I still want to like show off their like things and paint their stuff, but I can't sell it because it's basically a fucking bot job. Like it'll put me in legal liability. What's funny though, I'll mention that later. But so instead, what I think I'll do, and I think this is what I'll probably move a lot of this other stuff to. Which is basically just like something way simpler where you just sign up for an email list and then I'll just reach out with your contact information. You're like where to ship it to. But this way I can give away those IP lock statues because essentially I'm giving away for free. And it being behind like a email list. An email list is really convenient to me if I ever want to be like, hey, it's Christmas. I have 5 commission slots open. Like that's just a nice thing to do. A nice like access point to be able to contact people. So I think that's a good way. And also I think it's significantly easier. You go to you log in thing, you hit yes on one button, and now you are opted into getting a cool ass IP character that's entirely for free that I'll ship to you. All right, yeah, I might be like, oh my god, ship. Anyways, but yeah, I probably will cover the shipping, but alas. To me, I think that'd be a cool thing to basically do. Anyway, so that way, basically, I am still giving away stuff for like absolutely free. It's just stuff that I probably like. I thought I was gonna be able to do that a lot. I can't probably do that too much because, yeah, like if I just, I have to eat the shipping and I have to spend like a week painting this thing. It's not a viable thing. But that way, I still wanted to be like, and I think that saves me from a lot of the stuff I don't want to be a part of in a lot of ways. I maybe I should talk about this, but like I really like business a lot. Like I think it's just, like specifically like a good deal, like it's something that like an ecosystem or like a money model that like makes sense, pulls cash flow forward, all these kind of things that like just make sense as far as that's concerned. But I also think that it's not fair for like me not to like cater in some capacity to the people who like help me get here. People who maybe don't have like, you know, an insane budget to buy some, like Kat said, like where like a lot of the Warframe people are basically trying to like, can I get a really nice statue under like $500 basically? so hopefully severely under $500. I don't think it's right to not like cater to those people as well. So I feel like if I can come up with a design system for that, then that maybe can work. And the idea of like, okay, what do you call it? Maybe I have like an email list that I can just give away randomly at some point in the month, or maybe not a month, maybe every 2 or 3 months, because I think that's more reasonable. So that there's like an incentive for people who just want to follow you on any form. And that'd be kind of a cool thing. If you followed me on any other platform, then you get an extra chance to win. Basically, you get an extra like name in the draw. And again, the reason why that one is not a legal lottery is because it is free to enter. Again, the thing that determines legal like a lottery is that you have to pay for a ticket. So that would be fine. So yeah, I think that to me, I think I like that, the 3-pronged thing. But the reason why I want to bring this up is because I ended up coming up with kind of like a problem, which is, and this is kind of like what I mentioned when I was like, okay, I should take a week to build my website. I should take a week to like fully understand how to make these models and in an actual efficient way, using some AI to help me get some parts there, etc. But the other thing to me was like taking the time to basically like make my website and whatnot. But now I'm in a place where like I kind of feel like I should. I'm not going to take too much time. I don't think I can take too much time. But I would like to take a small bit of time to basically create like a pipeline, because that's the issue I'm having right now, which is I'm basically like sitting here and I'm trying to like I did was okay productive today. I basically filmed a video and I just like a video I could upload to the channel as just like fodder, which is just showcasing 2 different types of paints, which I wanted to see which one was better. And I think that's kind of interesting if anyone's kind of interested in paint. Also, you get to learn some stuff with but like painting metal, stuff like that too. Anyways, I haven't edited yet, so hopefully the video turns out. But basically, like, it would be so much more convenient to me if I just had like something always printing, and then I could just be like, okay, I wake up today, I know I have 5 things I can print. I pick one of them, I print it, I paint it, I record the process, I edit it, I upload it. If someone wants it, they can get it. The end. Like, that's so much less strain on me. So I need to like develop that pipeline. Essentially, I need to develop like, okay, maybe on like the first day, I just come up with a bunch of fucking ideas of what I can print in each one of these buckets. Like, I can be like, okay, the difficult thing, the thing that I'm kind of like, oh no, here we go, is I have to basically, I guess you didn't. Anybody guess? Yeah, you guys, I mentioned it a bunch of times. Fuck it, I'll say it. The next thing that we're going to make is Shane and Oryx, basically, from Battleborn. But I have to, like, make that all myself. Because, yeah, there's no, like, 3D usable asset of Shane and Oryx, at least not to the level I want. And it's also, yeah, I got to get in the habit of, like, creating something different enough to not be considered the same. Anyways, I'm planning on just like gender advancing, not gender, increasing the age bracket of Shane. So Shane's going to be a way more adult in nature. I think she's normally like a teen, which honestly probably for the best that we increase the thing. I actually think she may be canonically 18, but anyways, point is that, but yeah, that's the one thing that I'm struggling with right now, which I'm like, I need to create like a sufficient flow, like a sufficient, like, okay, I wake up today, I just fucking like make a bunch of ideas to 3D print stuff. Like, one of the things I cannot wait to do, dude, this is a thing where like I'm just hoping that one of my weird ideas stick, which I've talked to you guys about some of them, but like, again, I just talked to you guys about like how IP stuff is just ravenous, right? Like, oh my god, I want to do a fucking One Piece thing, but I can't because of this, and I'm gonna spend like fucking 5 days making this and make like nothing from, like, that's not a good business. Anyways, all that stuff. But then there's stuff that's like just a lovely, like, it's kind of a default cool thing. And dude, if anybody has something like this, please, for the love of God, tell me, because holy shit, you'd make my life like infinitely easier. So like, default cool stuff is to me like an Oni mask. Like an Oni mask, you can theoretically remix an Oni mask in 1,000 different ways. You can make a cyberpunk Oni mask. You can make a fantasy Oni mask. You can make a wolf Oni mask. And I know Oni mask, the Japanese like fucking thing, you know what I'm saying? That you can remix that over and over and over again, and nobody can IP lock a fucking Oni mask. So there's that. There's also helmets. Helmets are dope as shit, and any way you crack it, they're pretty different from what you got. Those totally work. Does anybody have anything else that is default cool? Another idea that I have, that I think is kind of pseudo default cool, depending on how you can shape it. But I think if I made like a gigantic, dope as hell mug sleeve, so to speak, like similar to Gamer Subs in the sense of like cool, but instead of Gamer Subs being like a transparent angle, mine would be like a cool 3D model angle, like where like there's like a anime girl doing, you know, volleyball or something, and you can see like this cool depth to it, and I can paint all that, and I can make that desirable. That would be cool. Then all you need is just a metal sleeve to put it on Amazon that would cost like $2, and I might even just do that for you. So like that to me is kind of cool. That's something I can like remix a bunch of different ways to kind of make interesting. But I don't know what is default cool. Dinosaurs are default cool. Are they? I'll trust you. I'll write it down. Are you being serious? Swords are default cool. Swords are default cool, but I can't print a sword. Helmets, Oni masks, unique design mugs, maybe. I'm trying to think what would the other thing? Other things. Dinosaurs might be a weird like subcategory. And I can paint a dinosaur. I can paint the only thing I maybe think of is like there's also these weird things where like Lego, but like I think that's different. I think that's like a whole thing. Yeah. What is default cool? Scaled down swords? Maybe. There's also like cars that follow that same trend. Like, can you basically 3D print like a unique car and like paint it? That's also weird. Like, I don't know if the IP owner, like Ferrari owns the IP of that. Maybe. Also, like, yeah, but the car thing is actually not a bad idea. I'm gonna write some of these down. I'm so sorry, guys. This has been my whole week of like struggling on the struggle bus. Also, sorry, I just ripped out something on my computer, so it's freaking out. What am I doing? We are going to this. Where is my... There we go. All right. Default cool. All right, let's start. Dinosaurs, I guess. I'll say model cars. But it says, I'm thinking. I know, it's difficult. Plate armor or samurai armor? I do agree armor is sick. I know people like basically make gauntlets. Fuck, boy, I put gauntlets. It has to be something I can like print and like infinitely remix to make cool. Like a helmet, you can make 1,000 different types of like medieval cool helmet. You can make 1,000 different versions of like an Oni mask with like, it's cyberpunk, it's a cat, whatever. And I can paint that basically. What did I just say? Oh, a gauntlet.
Bolty _1337 said, "Let it die." Influenced helmets.
Yes. What do you call it? Helmets. Locked it. Helmets are also 100% infinite cool, perma cool. But what else? There's like weird shit like phone chargers, but there's gotta be something like that, like you can infinitely remix. It's kind of just neat. My action figures, which are basically just figurines. Glasses, sunglasses, nah, too small, too not cool enough. Basically, you have to be able to like create a spin. Cars wasn't terrible. That's kind of what I mean. Like something like you can make 1,000 different types of cars. You can paint them, and you can even make a cool hybrid of like Porsche and this. And then people, I think, would fuck with that, you know? Let's think, okay, what is cool out, like, wear stuff? Like, gauntlets, I think, are dope as shit. Ghost of Tsushima showed us how cool the mask stuff would be. Is there anything else? A belt? I don't know. I don't really like the trucker vibe, but maybe. Shoes? What the heck would be something? Guns, scrap that. You can make a cool like model firearm, like a Destiny gun. I'll put that. That's not terrible. If I made like what is it called? The Destiny like fan the hammer pistol. I think that'd be probably pretty cool. I could segment that. That wouldn't be terrible. Model guns. I don't know if people. I feel like people would just buy the like. We live in the world of the U.S. So it couldn't be gun. It would have to be a fantasy gun. Because otherwise people would just buy a fucking firearm for like the same price. If not a little cheaper. Because the US is crazy. Yeah. But if I made like a cool... I feel like I could remix that. I feel like I could make like a bunch of guns from like various, you know, Destiny and like Borderlands or something like that. Again, I couldn't make like big ass assault rifles yet. Maybe one day, but no. Yeah. I think people would kind of be into that. Like if it just sat there on their desk. I just would like some of these are also like how much. Like I don't know if people would want to spend like $200 on like a thing. And they're like the effort to like print that and paint that it would have to be not like $80 or whatever it would cost. I'm not a giant assembly line where I could produce like hundreds of these a day. It took like 2 days to make them.
McFlufferkin said Vosh's gun from Trigun or Gene Starwings from Outlaw Star.
I mean, real ones. I mean, you can. People do that. In Canada, it'd be a surefire way of getting like killed. Yes. But also, I don't know, man. That sketches me out a little bit. I know you joke. It was all jokes, but I can't help but like take things somewhat seriously. You know. Yeah, model guns is not a bad one. I'm trying to think. Like, to be clear, YouTube, we're talking about fucking like a fantasy gun. What about fantasy? What is default cool in fantasy? Because I feel like that helps too. Swords. I feel like my brain went there. I see where a cat went. Swords. Horses are. Dragons are kind of cool. Yeah, I'd put that. I'd say fucking dragons are default cool. All right, if dinosaurs are default cool, dragons are default cool. You buy a fucking giant toothless ass statue or some sort of giant dragon thing. Horses are not default cool, I don't think. Werewolves? Ooh, monsters. Ooh, hold up. Wait a minute. That actually is a real strong play. That actually helps a lot of my bullshit thing. Because one of the biggest issues with like coming up with a 3D model or like a 3D thing to paint is that like almost everything is like a fucking, like it's not cool enough basically. So I'm like, oh, I want to make a superhero. Are you going to make your own unique IP superhero?
McFlufferkins said Balverines from Fable.
Belverines from what's that? What is that? I should look that up. Give me a sec. But let me finish that. Yeah, but like if like that's something I kind of mean. Like, oh, I could make a dope as hell werewolf alt character person, and I could paint that and make it look cool as shit. I could make like a snake woman. And I think like because basically like the thing I'm trying to like figure out is like default cool. Like if you've seen that, you'd be like, that's kind of awesome. I want that. Whereas a lot of that in my head comes from like already established IP. Like, oh, I'm reading this manga and I really like this character, therefore I want to like print and make this model. Unfortunately, they own the fucking IP of that character, so I can't do that. So best I can do is like make an alt version of them, or like a thing that like is an homage of them. But something I think is like default cool factor is insert monsterism, whatever it's called. Monsterkin? Is it fucked up that immediately when I think of this, I think of degeneracy? Like, all paths lead to Rome with that option. That makes sense. Anyway. What is this? Fluff said something, what? Although I think we're actually doing immensely well. Like, default cool. I think dragons default cool. Monsters in any capacity are default cool, I think. Let's see. What is this? Cups? Mugs are pretty cool. I already have that idea. Oh, also, 1 second. Stuff is fighting me. Get rid of this. All right. What is this? Belverins. What the fuck is this? Oh, werewolves. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's what you meant. Yeah, werewolves. Yeah. Again, I think monster things work real well. Again, I think I haven't seen too many statues of like a snake lady. I think that could be cool. I think that's also default cool. Again, I don't think you need to like a pre-existing IP to be like, hell yeah. Also, I cannot stress enough how much, guys, I appreciate this so much. You have no idea how insane I feel sitting at my desk talking to AI all day to be like, what do you think, Gemini? Imagine me, 5 cups of coffee, smoking cigarettes, a gigantic bags under my, I'm like, what's something that we could maybe make that's kind of cool? I don't know. So the fact that you guys are brainstorming with me is like the greatest gift I could ever ask for. Thank you so much. Yeah, what else in fantasy? I feel like fantasy is a really good. Cyberpunk is a good option too. Cyberpunk, it's so fucked up. I think the same shit as fantasy. I think of like katanas are cool. It's also tough because like cool factor has to surpass a certain level. You know, like we talked about. What was it? Like dinosaurs, I don't know if it's a high enough cool factor. for like someone's like, I'm willing to spend money on this, you know. Yeah, like a lot of times people are like, I like that character because I read the story and I built up a lot of emotional attachment to them. Therefore, when I see this, I think I get emotionally charged and I'm willing to spend $8 on it or something. So yeah, Skylines. There's also like trippy pour things. And thermoses pop off, but that's all kind of outside of my desired point. I don't want to make a bunch of fucking thermoses for rebuilt mugs. I'm open to. The reason why I need all these is because it helps me, like, I'm trying to create a pipeline so I can sit down and be like, this is what I'm going to design today. Bop, bop, bop. And not be like, what the fuck, do I do this? Should I start editing? And it just creates chaos. What the fuck am I thinking of? Fantasy. Does anybody else know any, like, sub-genre of shit? I can think of fantasy, cyberpunk, and steampunk? Oh, hold up. Wait a minute. Steampunk might work. I'll put steampunk. Well, steampunk falls into the category of, like, it's not source cool. It's cool like, so I can take Oni Mask and connect it with, granted, I think I can do it with any of these. Maybe you can just mess with source cool and apply it to anything. So, like, I can take source cool, which is Oni Mask, which is a subset of mask. Okay. And then I can apply it with dragon. Dragons are cool. Dragon mask, kind of cool. Pirate mask, kind of cool.
The
Cyberpunk mask, kind of cool.
Space stuff like Mass Effect or Halo.
Ooh, sci-fi. I didn't think about that. Sci-fi is an interesting take. What is cool in sci-fi? Ooh, that's not terrible. Model ship or model like spaceships. Star Citizen vibe. People willing to spend money on that. I'll write that down. Ships. I'll say spaceships.
Raidnade said I was just about, say, spaceships.
Let's go! Again, I don't want... You guys, you're great. Again, both even throwing... Like, even... Again, all I need is someone to throw something out there and I can find my way through it somehow. Like, we all can, I think. Spaceships, okay, so sci-fi... Aliens? Aliens, I don't feel like are desirable. Well... Mass Effect, kind of... Okay, alright. I'll put it down. We put Monsterkin, we better put Alienkin. I feel like Alienkin is not as interesting as far as like a statue-wise. Granted, I think that's actually more like weird. Like I think I could get away with making a race of aliens that's like in the Mass Effect world. I don't think that's an IP control of that. Maybe. Kin. What else? Sci-fi. We have blasters. We have guns, don't we? We have guns. Model guns. Yeah. Okay. We have blasters. That works. I'll put a subcategory of that just so I know, yeah. I put blasters in Destiny so I can know what the hell I'm talking about. Sci-fi. What the fuck is in sci-fi, man? Little fucking stupid gadgets like something from Star Wars? Star Wars is, well, it's been rough to it, but like generally speaking, kind of default cool? Source cool? Whatever we're calling it. I like source cool. Bandana? Nah. Sunglasses? Nah. Chokers? For somebody. Hatsui Miko. Is she default cool or source cool? I would say default cool. Raid says I would. Oh, but to say that. Oh man. Oh, Halo is also a nice little like jumping off point. I just think of Covenant and aliens and shit and like guns. Guys, everything is literally just a gun, biological mass, or clothing. Basically. I mean, that's not bad. So what do we got? We got dinos. We got, I should probably put mine. Oni Mask. I think that is one of the strongest, like, things. What?
Raidnate said, I know we touched on Oni masks, but we could do more mask-related stuff.
Oh, no, for sure. Yeah. I think that's maybe the jumping off point. Like, Oni Mask could be like, what do you call it? Cyberpunk Mask. fantasy mask, dragon mask. Again, it's funny because if you think it's kind of crazy to think about. If you distill everything into whatever's default cool, and then you can just connect them instantly. Cyberpunk, kind of default cool. Steampunk, kind of default cool. I'll put stuff like that. It's just some of it's like a filter, or some of it's like a source object that then you can remix infinitely, which I think that's kind of what it looks, because I can easily just think of fantasy, steampunk, all that stuff. I just need something to source. Same thing with gun. A model gun of a video game, which is fantasy. A model gun of steampunk. I can do that. All that stuff works. There's also that with characters. Take a base woman and then make her a steampunk equivalent. Make her a monster snake or whatever. All that stuff kind of weirdly works. Steampunk. Punk, fantasy. I think what else? Shoes are can be default cool. It's not really something I can make, Cameras are kind of cool. Let's get on to objects. Your controller is kind of cool. Your wallet, your phone case. Phone case is not terrible. Just because it's more remixable than it is default cool.
The Cat God 11 said jets.
Jets? Jets are pretty cool. Water ball is good. I just don't know if it's I guess if you were to think about it, a bandana is the worst representation of the Oni mask, but theoretically it is still an Oni mask. So maybe we should find the right version of a water bottle. The right version of a phone, or a phone case or some shit like that. Phone case and I'll say phone case and water bottle. I like my mug idea, but of course I'm biased with that. Weights is good. Weights is tough because I feel like weights is, again, it's I can't 3D print a weight. I think we got a good bit. I appreciate y'all. We'll get to a little bit of react. If you guys have any more at me, then shoot them my way. It's tough because I feel like eventually you guys knew what I was meaning. 100%, which was I was like, if I just take an Oni mask and I remix any of that, it's all going to be something that's kind of cool. I think people are okay, same thing with helmets. Helmets, same thing. I could take a Dark Souls helmet. I could also make a sci-fi fucking Mass Effect helmet. I think everyone would see that and be like, how much? How much is it? If you say $500, get out of my fucking site. But if you say $150, it's about the same price as a collector's edition, and it's hand painted, and it's only one of one. Maybe eventually it starts being Argh. Anyways, but yeah, swords is a great one too. If I can only, if I could only know how to connect stuff seamlessly. That's the issue. Is you can always see the seam line of when things are connected. And unfortunately, metal is one of those things that's perfectly smooth, because if you have texture, it's easy to connect stuff because you just see that it has texture. Anyways, let's get to some react. Finally, guys, I cannot stress enough. Multi, relax. Relax. It's always awesome. It's always awesome. It's wild. Also, Cyberpunk, honestly, if we were being really open-minded, hypothetically say there's a Hadada stuff. There's Hadada stuff that exists. I'm not trying to. Anyways, stuff like that. Maybe you could create a cool little shell for it. This stuff is real tough. Dude, can I be honest with you guys? Can I be 100% honest with you guys? I have looked at this as far as just how good is it? It's not very good, actually. It's very difficult. The reason why is because you cannot sell overly schmexy stuff, because most money transfer people, banking and stuff shit like that, internet payment processors is what it's called, do not support that shit. So it's very, very difficult. That's why most people are fucking getting into Bitcoin and shit, because they sell that and they make money on that. It's weird. Anyways, but it's not as crazy as you might think. Pretty sure BD already has a market cover. What's BD? Is it that dragon thing? Yeah, you're right. But hypothetically, those things, if I'm not mistaken, go for an obscene amount. So, yeah, also they're definitely a company that makes thousands of cursed items. All right, let's jump back over to our Discord. Pause this. Discord. Ooh. Oh, also, what do you call it? Check this out. Kat was sending me this. Actually, no, what do you call it? I'll open it up in a different way. Open up media file link. Bang. This is a new character coming to For Honor, which, by the way, is a surprise. Like, shout out to Ubisoft. Everyone gives Ubisoft a lot of shit. Rightfully so, I think. But also, Ubisoft still has, like, a lot of things they haven't actually, like, shut down. And it's been like, they for sure should have shut them down. Like, for sure. But they still have jobs and all that stuff. But this is a character coming to For Honor. Looks very, very cool. It's not what I would have expected. She kind of looks like a Native American kind of head thing going on, but she has tonfas. But I love me some tonfas, and it's exciting to see what her moveset will be. Anyways, back to Discord stuff. All right, let's start off soft with some memes. I don't think we have too many, so we'll be able to vibe here for a bit. Let's scroll up for once and scroll down. I'm going to throw up in my mouth. Is this okay to look at? Is this okay to look at, or is this cursed? I just don't want to open up porn. Bop. Maybe it's okay. Maybe we'll be okay. Is this okay? Can anybody validate Yuki's thing? He's got me freaking out because she put it on spoiler free. Stuff that makes you question humanity. What's up, buddy? What's up, little bird? What's going on?
This to someone who's afraid to poop alone.
Send this to someone who's afraid to poop. Am I afraid to poop alone? I like pooping alone. Am I afraid to poop alone? Nah, shit, if there's a person in the other stall beside me, if I got shit, I got shit. It's not, I don't want to. I hate to do that to him. He's gonna, yeah, not great.
Bro, I know you didn't poop today.
I don't like the way he's talking to me. It's honestly, it's just the way he's talking to me. It's putting me off.
Don't be scared. I'll hold your hand.
So, for some people who like ASMR, this is poison to you as well, right? Even though you might fuck with it, this is a different level of
McFlufferkin said, "I need an adult."
I need an adult.
Your poop is not bigger than us.
You don't know what'll be happening to me. You know how long it's been.
I will talk you through it. Poop.
This feels like a sex thing for sure.
Raiden said, "Holy, this cursing."
All right, I feel like we're being hypnotized, and I would like to back out for all of our sakes. Okay, but I will say, pretty fucking good. That was. Normally I don't experience weird shit online. I think this is not weird. This is pretty strange. This a little much. A salute to you, sir. Too much internet for today. We'll leave. Anyways. All right. Also, I do not watch the World Cup, but every motherfucker sees this guy haul acid. Okay. Anonymous. Arg. Go. Oh, dude. And seeing this dude just fucking haul ass is a whole vibe. Anyways. Of course, Brazil lost. They had to go against the caveman. A gigantic Norwegian. Guys, honestly, this was what Vikings probably... This is why they're terrifying. Terrifying people. There's something to say about the depths of feeling people want to experience. If there's a highest high, then there is the lowest low. I feel like after the poop thing we just watched, this is going to be a weird vibe. Weird transition point. New pack? Alright. I believe this is the anime that Kat is watching. It leaves just enough room to fit. Is it because we've got, like, guys, with vape popping off, do you think the cigarette people are finally starting to realize we got to up our game, so they're making anime? Because we've all seen anime that are basically like ads for candy, for sure. Nothing beats a pack of smokes like this. I should mute it just to be safe. We'll turn on the sound a little bit. Okay. What's she all about? This is where I see it. It also, why does she look so over it? You know, and it only happens when she starts. Yeah. Guys, I'll be honest, the whole smoking thing, specifically cigarettes, I have anti-vibe from it. To me, whatever is no is high for me. what do you call it? Fuck games tell me not to starve and then makes getting food difficult. Like, what do you want from me? Is this because we mentioned the Don't Starve last week? When you get paid bi-weekly, week 1, you got a decent amount of health, you got not a lot of food in that stomach, and you got a lot of rotten food. And then you say, what? Surf and turf? Steamy twig. Yeah, man. I was what's it called? I was a dragon fruit guy. That was my meta build for this game. You make a fuck ton of planting things. I'll be honest, I say that I was mostly live in the forest, get berries guy.
_1337 said, I meant to ask if I should post some screen records of some epic manhwa moments of the manhwa I've been reading.
Oh, sure, yeah, hell yeah. That might give me a little encouragement to read it. Although I still have too much stuff to read, man. I'm reading this one manga right now, Bodhi. Manga, not manhwa, I know what I said. Manga, which is about a guy who, of course, gets isekai into some bullshit. Anyways, he's fat. He's like obese. It's the whole thing. Anyways, he ends up going into dungeons and stuff. Normally, it sounds pretty boring, but it kind of does stuff in a cool way. You don't have like a generic plot, but someone cooked, basically, is kind of what it is. Anyways, he has modes where like he basically goes sicko mode, burns off all his fat, fucks people up, and then of course he eats food and he gets fat again immediately. So everyone in there who's reading it, like that I'm looking at the comments, is saying the same shit, which is like, yes, finally, he's not the most grotesque fat bastard entity you've ever seen ever. I literally mean fat bastard, like from the yeah. So that. Anyways, another one, different kind of cig. Is it higher nicotine content? Cat, do not start smoking. I need nicotine. Give me a second. Hey Yanni, I'm sorry. I actually out of smokes too. Liar, you're smoking one right there. Why does your whole vibe look so disgusting compared to hers? She's one small cigarette away from being a heroin addict. This is not a cigarette, gang, okay? This is the absolute premium. Of course it's not. Don't be stingy. Yeah, that's not a cigarette. Remember how I gave you a cigarette butt when you needed it?
McFlufferkin said, this is Elon Musk's world, where he made cat girls real. The monkey's paw curled, and they're all drug addicts.
Yeah, they're all, in fact, they do not love you, they hate you, and yeah, try to kill you probably. You're so ungrateful. What the hell? This tastes awful.
Bolty _1337 said, I heard the anime got a lot of backleash for it being so disgusting.
This one? Man, I hate to be that guy, but people's too soft. You know what I mean? This is nothing, man. People are crazy. People are like, yeah, what do you call it? You know, well, when I was watching anime, we were watching anime, and you're watching a nice little thing happen. It's kids in class. He's like, oh my god, so great. He's talking to his friend, his best friend.
Lone Syndicate said, I'm back.
What's good, Lone? He comes into the thing, he's he's vibing, he's talking to his friend, he looks out the window, he sees an entity, the whole entire class blows up. And then he sees his friend's head on the ground, and then he gets tormented horribly for the first episode. All of his loved ones think he murdered and bombed a whole classroom, and then he gets thrown into a jail with a psychotic person that actually killed his whole classroom. That was fucked up. And a bit too much. Okay, arguably. Cat thing. Smoking cigarettes, which is also a fake cat thing. Like, it does not exist. People are crazy. Anyways. Now, you can argue, like, this is propagating cigarette usage, but at the same time, we have, again, people, the Western world, I will say, this is one of the weirder things for us, which is, like, we're so painfully accustomed to death and murder and like, if people getting eviscerated, that we're like, oh my god, cigarettes. I absolutely can't believe that. Now, maybe because anime is intended, like, pseudo for, like, children. Not children, it's not for children, but it's like, I think it's, I don't know, it's like, Pokemon has fucked us all up because that was what we grew up on in ourselves. Anyways. You have to hold it in before you inhale. She's about to get cooked. Otherwise, none of the chemicals will get absorbed. You say, is this a cigarette?
McFlufferkin said if Yakuza taught me anything, is that Japan has a rampant smoking problem.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think
Lone Syndicate said, what anime we watching?
this is the anime that Kat is watching. It's an anime where cat girls be loving cigarettes. Very much feels like a similar vibe to that like candy one, where like it was basically just like a gigantic anime funded by like candy people who make candy. And they're like, yeah, here's all these candies. They put a giant purple lady with gigantic assets and also really interesting eyes, to say. Interesting eyes. Totally not derivative of other work. Anyways. But all right, finally time to get into the actual sauce. Also, how was your stream, Lone? No, you missed a banger of a stream. I talked about so much shit that was selfishly about me, and yeah, I'm sorry. Anyways, share your grin. Also, though, I'm curious, if you did happen to watch the video of the painting thing, which one did you prefer? So if you did win, which one would you be like, I want that one? Also, this is not the right one. We're in the Grin React tab, sorry. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let us watch a couple. Only a couple. Let's see. Also, speaking of similar concepts, maybe we should read this one first. Is it? Second Life. Oh, shit, no way. Time with this. It is Donkey. Tis Donkey. How much? 3 minutes? We can do that. Hopefully this doesn't get copyright claimed.
Second Life is an endless garden of creativity.
Sorry. Guys.
Lone Syndicate says stream was great, and I want the non-pimped out one.
The non-pimped out? What does that mean? Do you want the gross one? Oh, you want the blue one? Okay. Interesting, man. Yeah, okay, so I'm happy that it's a different... I made the right choice. Okay, thank God. I was like, should I make the other blue one dirty? Because it kind of like... I think it's supposed to kind of look dirty. But yeah. I was really worried. I was like, do people prefer the dirty one? Or maybe both people are like, no, you made it look shitty. Why did you do that? So I think yeah. I made the right choice. So this is Second Life.
You can either be people or vampires.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna be Black Dracula.
Whenever I'm
as
Multi
shitty as I
thought it would be.
1337 said, if that is not on Twitch, wouldn't that kill your Twitch stream too? If you stream on Twitch RN.
Good call. We're not gonna play that game. I mean, yeah. Let's not play the game. Let's be careful. All right. I'll show my stupid reaction. Good call, Bolt. I don't think it should because it's just playing it. But let's just. It's better to not kick the hive, all that stuff.
McFlufferkin said it has gone through a lot of evolution over time.
Yeah. Let's just. Let's just be safe. I'll
feels
breeze
real,
through it.
and it feels like a real life.
Is that Kermit the Frog with 2 samurai swords smoking a blunt? What the?
Perhaps it's better to not see what's on screen, just hear it.
No. What?
We're seeing furries. We're seeing an absolute slug with a joint and giganto eyes.
What the?
Being ridden
There's a lot
by a man.
of older men who are in Second Life to
Lone
play gay
Syndicate
boys
said, Grin, check the art
We'll
tab.
do it in a minute.
for whatever reason.
Warning, no children.
There's a lot of gay men on posters / cowboy people.
It's just a cowboy level. How come you can't have children at cowboy level?
My avatar is an 11-year-old girl, and
A lot of changes have happened, Fluff said, since then.
she loves to dance. That's been sort of her calling in life, and Second Life is a great place for dancing.
It looks a little rough, but I guess it's improved over time. What the fuck is that thing? Oh my god, it's like a tiny little Japanese man that is wearing a Speedo and got a hairy chest. It's got women, like a tiny little girl's hair. I swapped him over.
Sometimes people can be terribly shy, but in here, we really let down our mask and we are authentically ourselves.
Hey, gang. I don't mean to be that guy, but maybe a mask is kind of okay every now and again. Maybe we shouldn't just become the essence of what we maybe shouldn't become. Maybe, there's a person who's like, I want to kill somebody, and maybe he should keep the mask on. Maybe he should be like, hey, gang, let's mask up. In fact, let's sear the mask onto our face, maybe.
Who we are.
What is that? It is a gigantic brown entity, we'll say.
Expressed in our avatar.
Hello.
This is a great
Do you
video.
have any spare Lindenbergs for donations?
I'd love to
Yes, I'm London.
Somebody is in a wheelchair with a gigantic sign above them that says autism. Be a hero.
For myself, but I'm going to work right.
That's pretty selfish, dang.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty selfish too to go sitting in a chair looking like that and.
Oh my God!
This is supposed to be me, kind of. It's called an avatar, and it's part of a world some
so this is an old ass game.
People call very cool.
Just had a party for a girl who had just turned 18.
Just to show you guys a small little lens into this. This is like what I would assume is a normal vibe. Okay. We got random e-thoughts. All right, we got a cat furry thing. We got dudes who don't look like this in real life. And we got this, of course. This guy always got to be one of them. And then we got more women. Anyways, all right, let's go back.
McFlufkin said, I did say I've been off and on for 19 years.
Yeah, I think it was 2 weeks ago.
I'm sure
there,
Donkey
Zarko.
showed the entire good part. Oh my God. Okay, this is the last thing we'll show. And then we'll look at Lone's thing. I love this one. This one's pretty great, but this is kind of the vibe that all of it has. This seems like VR chat, but like more unhinged, which I didn't think was possible, but I guess c'est la vie, all that. But that is a jacked Goofy. Does anyone remember the Goofy movie and how sad that one movie was? Anyways. All right. Lone said, look at the art tab. Let's see. Oh, it's finished and it's looking good. Also, oh my God, this one looks great, Lone. Oh my God, she looks incredible, Lone. She also looks good, but it's just mostly skin and titty. But this one looks like the face looks so well composited. Holy shit. This one looks fantastic. Also, I like this one a lot too. This one I just noticed it's hard to notice anything besides titty, basically. But this one I can actually appreciate the face, the eyes, all that stuff. This one I just see, cold. She looks cold. very, very cold. But anyways, love that. Shout out, Lone. Salute to you, sir. Any more
Volty_1337 said DAAAMN Cindy looks
spicy. Cat says...
The Cat Got 11 said my comment was related to what Fluff had said below the donkey video.
Oh.
Also amazing Cindy art.
Lone Syndicate said titty for the win.
Fluff says this will probably act as both an... What? Incentive and a disincentive for people. It's weird because for me, I feel like this does nothing negative. Like, because to me, like, this is like, you're going to see the world laid bare, for better or worse. I just don't know if I can, dude, I still hope that I can get the Steam frame eventually, if it ever comes out. And one of the things I think would be a really cool thing is to actually, like, jump into VR chat and just, like, it sounds weird, but, like, just practice social communication. I think that'd be actually a really helpful thing to do. And to me, I just think that, like, I found a couple people who, like, make VR chat videos, and, dude, I don't think there's a better, like, holistic, like, snake trap that is, like, VR chat and, like, intense autism. Like some really, really intense, like, cognitive, communicative dissonance, whatever you want to call it. And it is both, like, super charming and super, like, I don't know what the word is, overwhelming maybe? Like, dude, it is also, I tend to really be interested in things. Like, I just, like, am curious by nature. But there's stuff that clearly gets to, like, a weird thing. I was watching this one where, like, it was a girl who was into a weird subsect of, like, I don't know what it's called, but it's, like, age regression mental thing. Basically, it's like when you're if I'm not understanding it properly, but basically it's like you went through a lot of trauma as a kid, therefore you're, like, somewhat, I don't know, I think people just make up shit. Sorry, that's not what it was. Basically, I think there's, like, an actual psychological variable where, like, you crave the childhood you never had, basically. But then there's another version of it, which I think is, like, legitimately what psychology is based on, which is, like, someone who's, like, literally stagnant. Like, they were at 11, they're for whatever reason their brain just stuck, and they just have, like, a mental scope of, like, an 11-year-old. Anyways, people get weird as shit, and they ended up making it a freaky deaky thingy thing, where, yeah, it's like, I want to roleplay a person who is, and you have to roleplay not that. And also, even if you were doing that, again, we talk about, guys, I'm big into, like, love yourself. But if yourself wants to murder people, maybe don't love that part. Maybe try to love the other parts. Hopefully there's other parts. Anyways, maybe I'm being a toxic McA-hole, but I feel like perhaps something the world needs to hear. Anyways, Also, speaking of a similar concept, a RimWorld Reddit post. What is this? Does tasing Hadada not stun them, or does my colonist keep missing as he has no eyes? Too young to work, child is groaning. There's your answer right there, idiot. Fuck
Lord
you.
Blaze Wolf 5285 said self-loathing is easy lol.
Self-love is a challenge, but I do think that, again, like radical self-acceptance is also probably a problem. You know, like there's parts of like, if you're like, you know what, I just really feel like my best self when I'm, you know, hurting people or like being extremely mean to people. And I'm like, man, okay, hold up. Wait a minute. That's why, like, I don't know why, but, like, I do think that, like, the Skyrim's weird, like, not Elduin. Oh, what's his name? The guy at the fucking top of the Greybird's Tower, or, like, the mountain. Basically, is it better to be good by nature, or is it to be good? Is better to be, to choose to be good, in spite of how your nature might sway, which is, I think, a very cool message. Which is basically saying, like, at the end of the day, you can choose what you be. So like, even if you're born like a monster, you can still make the choice to be good, which is, I think, a beautiful thing. Also, sadly enough, you can also be born like with a natural kind disposition and then just somehow, I guess, choose to be a dickhead. I don't know. Pretty cool concept, IMO. A civ builder when you actually walk on ground and fight amongst the troops. What in the F is going on with this, cat? Watching this 2x speed, you gotta feel. It's not this fast. Oh yeah, I've seen so many games try to do this, where you're like a siege character, so you have like two modes. One's like sieging and like casting stuff, and the other one's boots on the ground. I've never seen it really work. Where I think it could work is like Battlefield, because Battlefield has such a strong ground presence that I feel like the upper part might actually make some sense. But yeah. Bodhi says, rings, GRINN 3D printing jewelry. I think I should be playing print. What? What? Oh, 3D printing jewelry. Oh, you mean like, yeah, it has to be something I can paint. You know what? Maybe default cool? Flowers might be default cool. I didn't think about stuff like that. Like, I could 3D print and paint like a really beautiful like flower. I think that could be done. I don't know if it's, yeah, I think we could do, like, especially if it was like a permanent bouquet of like, they'll never age, they'll always look awesome as shit. Maybe. This is a question I'm gonna ask everyone, by the way. Lone and Lord. What is default cool? So what I mean by that is, like, for me, an Oni mask or a mask is default cool. I could say Cyberpunk Oni mask and it'll be cool. I could say Dragon Oni mask, it'll be cool. I could say Steampunk a mask and it'll be cool. I could say helmet and say the same thing and it'll all be kind of cool. What is like a model car or a model gun? I could make like a blaster or something like that. I could make like a Star Wars blaster. I could make a Destiny gun. So like, these are things that are like, their core is default cool and you can remix to share them. What is default cool? Specifically an object. I double points if I can print it and I can maybe make it and paint it. And yeah. We came up with a couple. Oh, okay. That actually changed it up a little bit. I think we actually like build stuff like what's that game called? Satisfactory. It actually looks like it has pretty good quality. You fine, man. Eighth. War crime. Copious war crimes makes sense. Ooh. Pretty cool, man. That's a neat find. I wonder. I will wait to see somebody play it and tell me it's worth a damn. Until then, goodbye. Yeah. I think that's gonna be a game that's really cool when you see someone play it. I'm not sure if like play. I feel like it's gonna be too much depth, you know. How they are so. How they run is funny. This one. Bodhi says, yeah, like fake rings that look sick by design and better with good paint. I like gauntlets. I feel like gauntlets, rings, you know, things like that make sense. Jewelry. I feel like it's a little bit of a weird one. I guess jewelry is default cool, and it is an object. And you can remix it. I guess that fits in the thing. I'll add it. I just don't know if I can get in. Like, I don't know if you can see an earring that's 3D printed and it's cool enough to be worth a damn, you know? If I made some, like, crazy elf, like, intricate fucking ear thing that's like something that an elf would wear, maybe. I did not spell jewelry right. You did right, thank you. My fucking giant thumb, I can't. It's less my thumb being giant and more of me just can't type it. Jewelry, I'll say elf, earring, thing, and rings. Kind of in the gauntlet category. I said catalog. God damn it. Anyways, sorry about that. I can't. It won't. Fuck it. Who cares? I'll just erase the kind of thing. All right. Fallout nuke launcher. Bit much. Rainbow bullshit go. Ooh, I love this. Or is this random? Did it say random? Random bullshit go. Disliked it. Anyways, Cuphead, but all the bosses attacks are random.
How hard will this be?
Amazing clip. How hard can this be? Impossible difficulty. Immediately he's like, all right, well, we have to change some of the settings.
How hard will this be?
Is there a chance? I mean, he went to the best place, which is down here. At this point, is it just like RNG? Like, you just have to roll the encounter that doesn't just immediately eviscerate you? Or you just opt into, like, this is going to be horrible. Like, it's all going to be bad. Oh, so I forgot to mark these as having seen them. And VTuber things. Hit me, tiny child.
Oh my god. Who's the person that sounds like Bart Simpson?
Stop! It's fast, and high-pitched voice and fast don't. No bueno.
Oh my god. Who's the person that sounds like Bart Simpson?
Sounds like Bart? Sound a little bit like Lisa.
I hope I'm not the one that sounds like Bart Simpson. Wait.
Girl, it's you. Maybe you say I caramba?
Ay caramba.
Wait.
Yes!
Oh, did she say? I thought that was from the TV show.
Bart Simpson. Wait.
Girl, it's you. Maybe you say I caramba?
Ay caramba.
Yeah, I feel like she leaned into it. I feel like she had to lean into it.
Wait.
I've never really considered how much you sound like Bart Simpson.
No, stop!
I now hear it.
Batman right now, Candy?
I don't really feel. Also,
like
yes,
Bart
that's my
Simpson.
suggested feed. Thank you very much. Anyways, yeah, I don't really hear as much. Video has caffeine. What do you mean? Is that who she is? Is she a roach? Wow. It's just a really weird. Yeah. Okay. Kind of scraping the barrel at this point. Anyways. Holy shit, run. Thank you for the frames. Or pixels, I should say. I must say, is his... Okay, I thought... From that angle, it looked like he was... Like, dicking us out a little bit. Anyways, I don't know what that is. That's even more terrifying. A gigantic grizzly / gorilla looking ogre. It's an ogre? Yeti coming at you. Hudded out. Swinging in the wind. Running towards you. Hey, yikes. Gambling time. What is this? That's fine. No crosshair, and instead weird strobe. Guys, I feel like if we get to this point, just to feel again in the game that you like to play, I feel like this is a bad point to get to.
Hey, this one's not bad.
That's impossible.
Just like opening cases. I got nothing.
Too bad? Dude, some people are so creative, man. That's the impossible one. Oh my god. How is he's not dead? What?
Oh my god. That fucking scared me. It's possessed.
What the fuck? Don't move, Tommy. Look at his foot. How are we doing that?
That boy's stuck in time.
Hey! Back off! Okay, that's copyrighted. Anyways. That was awesome. That was like cream of the cream. SS tier. Let's watch one of Lone's. I'll scroll, and then I'll click, and we hit one. Hopefully it's not a we've
Why do
already
you have a
done it.
wheelchair in your room?
Alright. This.
Why do you have a wheelchair in your room? Is your grandma stay with you or something?
I'm not a wheelchair's for you.
Wheelchair.
Damn. Damn. Oh.
Wheelchair's for me?
Yeah.
I could walk perfectly fine.
Right now you can, but after you're not gonna be able to for about 1 or 2 days.
I was gonna say, man, I feel like that's. Well, I got shit to do. I feel like that'd be a problem. You know what I mean? Like, imagine your lady somehow, somewhere, she's like, hey, I'm not gonna peg you, but something's gonna happen. You can't walk for 2 days? I feel like I'd be like, that's a kind of a hard cost. Maybe like a little, like sometimes, but there's gotta be a way you can level the playing field in some capacity. That's a really, dude, is it the same channel? Dude, there's so many channels that have somehow popped up that do this, which is they just like rip assets from games and they just like redo memes and they must make bank. What are the views on this? Shorts make nothing as far as this is. Get 1 million. Okay, it's okay. Yeah, I've seen so many channels like this like spark up, and I feel like this all paths lead to Rome. This is another. Maybe this is Athens or something. I don't know, but yeah, it's not quite. Yeah, this is something different. I get. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you for listening to my bullshit. Oh, I didn't read the other one. Fuck it. I hope I'll be able to see. I didn't react to it. Oh, my body. Oh. Are you guys ready for Doom Eternal tomorrow? And the day out, my body. Road to VTuber are scary. Yeah, man. I feel like there's so many other, like, is she into bugs? Because I feel like that's the only way you can kind of vibe with, like, that being your pick of all that. Genshin Slop. Yeah. Well, hey, man. Multi. Like I said, motherfucking Hoyoverse is one of the few companies that is actually open to you creating statues of them. So, gang, expect some shit. Also, Nikita's, I also believe, is open to that. So also expect some shit on that. Now, I'm gonna have to ask Lone, Lone, tell me a character. I don't know anything about this game. I need you to tell me a character that people love, people fuck with, and hopefully it's someone new, and then we can let it rip that way. You know what I mean? But yes. Bodhi says, I'm tired, I'm going to bed. You going to bed? Gotcha. Also, let's see, Cass says, Doom Eternal. You know what you would want to see? A Zenless character statue? Shit, okay. Anyways, what do you call it? Doom Eternal, sure, mama. Yeah, man, what do you call it? Yeah, tomorrow at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, we're going to be watching, not Doom Eternal, sorry. Doom Dark Age DLCs, we're going to be playing tomorrow. It came out, and it looks a lot of fun. I cannot wait to play some Doom again. Hopefully it is fun. It's a bit pricey, it's $23. I guess it's not too bad. But I hope it's long. I hope it's not like a 7-hour DLC. I feel like it's kind of high for almost basically $30 for this. Granted, maybe it's less if you're in the US, probably, so maybe it's not that bad, actually. I always compare things to, like, my shitty Canadian dollar stuff. Anyways, just do the MC. She has a lots of nice colors. She has, or rather, the poster girl, not MC. Oh, for Genshin? Or for what? I was looking at King. King says, hey, how are you? I'm doing pretty good, King. I'm sorry, just as we're winding down, man. What do you call? Hopefully you're having a lovely day, dude.
Great say. Great stream, Grin.
Thank you so much for being here, Raid. What do you call? Yeah, I was gonna say this. Because yeah, we're so many games are exploding right now. As far as Doom is out right now, and I want to play that this week, and then next week is gonna, or I think like tomorrow actually is Power World. So if you guys want to play Power World, oh Nikita, I see. Nikki. It's also anything I think Nikki that like the publisher has made as far as Nikita goes. So like the publisher has allowed various things. Also, Among Us is also an openly licensed thing, which No. But shout out to that company for being cool about it. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I hope I can see you once again tomorrow at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We're going to be playing Doom. I'll probably run it tonight to see if I actually can get all my settings correctly, because hopefully nothing has changed. And I also haven't played in a while, so I would like to play not absolutely horribly for y'all. But last, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your weekday or morning. I hope I can see you tomorrow at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Wait a minute! Is Fluff still streaming? Oh my shit, I almost forgot. Is Lone? I think Lone finished, because Lone popped in here. Is Fluff still streaming? Boppity boopity. I almost made a big old goof. Yes! Alright, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about that. We're going to be rating Fluff. Fluff is playing Crimson Desert, a wonderful game that is, at this point, I can't even imagine how deep he is in the game and how much stuff there is that he just understands at a default level that I would just have so many questions for.
Said I'm about to end. Better raid me quick.
I will! Paste! It'll be a pass the ball thing. You guys are going to be I'm sorry for this, but you're going to be kind of sloppy seconds on both of us. Okay, I'm going to throw you to him, he's going to throw you to someone else. It's kind of real disrespectful. I apologize. Anyways, usually it's not like this. Anyways, I usually end slightly earlier. Oh wait, Lone is still streaming. Oh wait, no, we'll read Lone on Twitch. I just see Lone still streaming. Well, hot diggity. Lone on Twitch. Actually, honestly, we'll probably raid Lone. Fluff might just raid Lone as well, or maybe he'll raid someone else who he's also good with. Also, shut the son of a bitch. This start raid. There we go. Fantastic. We're raiding Lone over at Twitch, and oh wait, no, it did say Lone is ended. Never mind. It was all fucked up. Never mind. Ah, fuck it. Anyway, I don't know what happened. Anyways, who knows? It's a mess. It's a mess this week. Hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Appreciate you so much for being here. And goodbye for now, my friends.
King Blue Star 2012 said, "Missed up my message loudly crying."